Me I said up on top of dub. Say we not sell out with friend them. Father Road I Jetta. Cargo representing. Top on top of dub. Aye.
Yes, this is Lucci Lou.
Yo, this is Mishy One, and we'd like to welcome you to the Dub on Dubs show with Father Arno of Jahcage Sound,
alongside DJ Nash of Problematix Sound.
#1 DJs in the whole world, Father Arno and DJ Nash from Problematix. Don't miss this one. Sure shot.
Yes, straight from Kingston, Jamaica. This is Ewell Flower speaking. Jamaica #1 bass player. Jahcage Sound with Father Arno and all the crew. Big up yourself anytime. Original sound play, original artist. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Boo, 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 boo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My eyes told me that your sound is in danger. My eyes told me that your sound is in danger. What did you get from day to night? Always seeking a fight. Set up shot that kill your sound right there. And my eyes told me that your sound is in danger. My eyes told me that your sound is in danger. Sound boy, hear this. Yeah, come on, good boy. Oh, Jahcage, Father Anna. Oh, we kill our sound in the dance. Oh, Jahcage, kill our sound in the dance. We put the plate on them, we put the plate on them. The plate pan, let me put the plate pan. I saw Jahcage in my kill him in the dance. I saw Jahcage in my kill him in the dance. As we reaching at the dance, we sight some man jump and plan. Who want us, don't stand a chance. Jahcage Sound, I hit a rule the dance, Jahcage Sound, I hit a cup the party. Jahcage, you make the massive light. People feel alive. Jahcage, I play tonight. Jahcage Sound, I big sound. Big sound in town. Jahcage Sound in town. According to the feeling, I had to chill. Cause I had no way to catch up on my hands. Listen to Jahcage Sound, play some top selection. Feeling some jump and sound in the hollow Germany. Select Arno, Jahcage Sound in town. Watch the crowd and gather round. Jahcage Sound in town. Killing some jump and sound. Jahcage Sound in town. And he shall wear the crown. Jahcage Sound in town. Hey, hey, hey.
Jahcage are the real soul killer. Obidaya. Jahcage come here to kill a soul in here. You have the Dubplate to light up the fire. When Jahcage gets them on fire, Jahcage I go set them on fire. Jahcage shut up down a food while he see a sound while flooding down the trophy man. Swift that if we catch him, he will kill him sound. The sound while couldn't catch the trophy man. Jahcage there. Jahcage the real sound killer. Obidaya. Jahcage come here to kill a song in ya. We must be Dubplate to light up the fire. When Jahcage get them on fire. Oh, yeah.
Jahcage killing sound, I be ready, friend. Jahcage murdering sound, I be ready, friend. The songs we play, we kill them, jump and sound all right away. The specials we play, you never hear the jump and sound all play. No.
Send them to the general. Jahcage and the general. Jahcage just a send sound boy to them finna. Nah, go and up the berry. Send sound boy to them finna. We nah go and them berry. One Jahcage sound come and hit finna. But I man know Jahcage don't go somewhere there. Oh yeah now. The dread of the battle, oh Lord. Not while you die. Jahcage just a send sound boy to the finna. Nah, go and up the berry. Send sound boy to the finna. Nah, go and them berry.
So why? You don't know so you can't compete against Jahcage Sound. The #1 sound in the world. BBC says so. Killer Sound! It's Jahcage. In the sound where you put it. Yes, Jahcage. In the sound where you put it. Another sound boy get dry. Cause him fall into Jahcage trap. We kill a sound boy every day. Cause people don't like the kind of Dubplate that they play, yeah. Oh, it's Jahcage killing the sound boy is running.
Sound can't it's Jahcage sound. I jump and sound can't it's Jahcage sound. Them a prepare them life. Early looking sound up from early. They're not looking for the sound boy. And yeah, why? I never walk down the street. I sound wild and nervous when we come around. The kids on cover murder jump and sound. Shine I sound, can't get Jahcage sound. I jump and sound, get murder at the dance.
Jahcage come for laugh off of them. Laugh off of them. Now we not make no friend. Alright then. Jahcage come for laugh off of them. Ha 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 ha. Laugh off of them. Whoa ha 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 ha. Now make no friend. Fire there sound boy boy tail him think a cool breeze. She boom boom that when some boy hear Jahcage dub them a beg we please. Now kill we yeah, true we are the champion every time. Murder some boy and select a one time. We burn corruption and burn bad mind. Boom boom that. We kill a sound where the moon don't shine. And we no place sliced up but no time. Jahcage and the sound where run the country. Ha 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 ha. Laugh after them so. Ha 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 ha. Now beg no friend go fire there. Some boy tail him think a cool breeze. Boom boom there. Jahcage sound need string up them a fit beg we please. Not kill me, yeah.
Oh, this is a big bad Problematix Sound. You don't know what's gonna be that talk. I'm gonna big up DJ Nash. Rally, you don't know Mad Betty. Any sound test Problematic ever dead tonight. Come cross Peter Austin from the Clarendonians. Come kill a sound boy. You see me? Yeah! Sound boy dead! Problematic is a sound. In the greatest sound in town. No sound boy can test. Cause Problematic is the best. We gonna kill a sound boy. If him come with foolish dog, sound boy you no tell. Why don't you go and have a rest? Life is empty, shadows crowd you. Problematic you won't know. Sound boy go and rest. Problematic is the best.
All sound boys beware, Problematic's coming. All sound boys beware, Problematic's coming. He shall liquidate anyone who detests, even the sucklings upon the breast. Let me tell you, all sound boys beware, Problematic's coming.
Line of sight, daylight. Let the road, some boy, don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, some boy, don't come back no more. So Problematic Sound is a champion sound. Do that is a sound that have to rule the town. Hit the road, some boy, to come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Pack up your sound, sound boy, don't you come back no more. We make your mama get sick and your daddy start tripping. Said you going out to the funky chicken. Pack up your sound, sound boy, to come back no more, no more, no more, no more. The sound boy, to come back no more. I am lying, yeah. No, this is chalice. They're on the job with a song called Problematix Sound. DJ Nash, Rasta Joe, Selector. Love the road is right, yeah. If people ever line up for your Problematic play, big sound, a DJ Nash and Rasta Joe, Selector, yeah. We are gonna take it to the world, and that's the way it goes. And it will be good to be there when the days are open and Problematic play. Big sound. It will be good to be there when the days are open and Problematic. Lay down the sound, all of the sound there, feel it on the ground.
This is Desiree. Now this exclusive
commissioned by DJ Nash in conjunction with Rolly, Dale, and Madetti. Problematix. Oh. Money in my pocket, can I feel alright? Look at give it song to kill tonight. We're looking for another sound to kill tonight. To kill tonight. Kaba sound, why you get too bright? Challenge Problematix to a music fight. We're looking for a little sound to kill tonight. To kill tonight. Money we pocket and the future bright. Matic full of talent and we stand and fight. To find them up your clap to some boy. You're dead tonight. You're dead tonight.
Email affection. Matic sprayed it now, soul boy. Listen to me, sound boys. Problematix, I will kill you. Even all of creation want your destruction. Oh yeah. Problematix smash down a sound boy. Putting someone flat up in a trash. Let me tell you, they bury a sound boy. Putting someone flat up in a trash. Man to man remains unjust. You just can't check for who to trust. Searching through the devil's van. Problematix putting sound boys in the trash.
Let's go to the dance hall where they're doing the sound. They must fall. Let's go to the dance hall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone, you better watch out tonight. Problematix, I'm gonna murder them tonight, y'all. Hey, hey. So let's go to the dance hall where they do the sound. They must fall, all the different sound. They're gonna run away tonight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Say what a feeling, what a vibration. Dance all Problematix feeling. Cool flames in a this year iration. DJ chanting, select a flinging Dubplate. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, Problematix is killing. One thing, yeah, yeah. Ah yeah, rushing a rhythm. One, did you not chat no slackness? I strictly roots and culture. Spoke him little sensitive, make him feel so high. 12 o'clock in the night, Babylon can read up the dance. When him hear Problematix, you should have see how them a jump up and dance. Say what? Oh my gosh, Problematix is killing. One. Problematix in my Gaza. Champion sound in the region. Problematix and killers, oh yeah. We kill some boy. Problematix and killers, oh yeah. Tonight they must get this time. Problematix and killers, oh yeah. We kill some boy. Problematix and killers, oh yeah. Tonight they must get this right. No compromise. You have to realize it's only Dubplate and special. My sound is blessed tonight. Killing someone, that's the way that we live. Oh yeah. This a song we just a kill them off quick. Oh yeah.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6th episode of Dubs PON DUBS. My name is Father Arno, representing Jahcage Sound, and as always, I'm here with my partner in crime, DJ Nash from the mighty Problematix Sound. Say what, my brother?
Hey, thank you, Arno. DJ Nash from Problematix here. Welcome, one and all, to Dubs PON DUBS episode 6.
Yeah, man. And for this episode, we again have a very, very special guest, all the way from Poland. A sound them called the strongest Eastern spirit. We welcome no others than the Splendid Sound here on Dubs PON DUBS.
Welcome, guys.
Yo, greetings.
Hi.
Big up yourself. It's a pleasure to be here, you know?
Respects that,
Always
Splendid.
play some dubs and, you know, do some reasoning.
Yeah, man. Bless upon yourself. Great to see you. So, Shepard, Cartoon, what's good?
Yeah, man. It's good, you know? We've been busy all summer. So right now, autumn is coming and we're getting more time, you know, to focus on other projects. But yeah, lots of things happening, you know? Like even last night.
Yeah, we play every week since
The beginning
June.
of June, yeah.
So every
Fully
week
Yeah.
fully booked.
We only had
including-
one weekend.
Yeah.
One weekend free. That was one weekend.
We played yesterday on the main square in our town, Wrocław.
Yeah, that was something different, you know?
Nice, nice.
There was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
people 60 plus dancing in pairs because that was announced like they call it like you know, city dance, and there's DJs playing different genres.
Yeah.
And old people from the senior clubs, they come there and dance, you know.
Okay, okay.
I mean, later on it was different. We were playing some soca as well, but you know, starting
Alright.
with some rocksteady ska and, you know, reggae stuff like that.
Nice. stuff,
Wicked.
nice
So
stuff.
you hear that, people? You hear that, people? Abad Sound is booked. That's how it goes, right?
Maybe just this season. Who knows?
Yeah.
So tonight we are here to talk about your history, the history of Splendid Sound, Sound Clash in Europe, and of course a lot of more things. But before we start with the actual interview, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
So yeah, I'm Stepan.
And I'm Colton. That's it.
Yeah, we are 2 out of 5 members of Splendid Sound from Wrocław, Poland, right? So we're the strongest Eastern spirit. That's how they call us. And well, there's a couple of reasons to that, but yeah, we get yeah.
Of course, we will get to that. So, for our viewers, let's take it back where it all started. In which year was Splendid Sound founded, and who were the original members on your sound?
Yeah, that was 2004, which is 18 years ago. And the original members was Kotun, and there was another selector called Kujawa. They were friends from high school.
Yeah.
But we played together in a band before, so we knew each other from the musical settings. And I started, like, when they started playing in a certain club, and like the Splendid started, I was the apprentice there. I had my CDs, I burned, you know, I had 100 CDs I bought. I had an external burner, and I was sitting at home, you know, and just burning one CD after another. And there was like a chill out room in this club where we played. So I was playing like Roots, you know, like Gladiators and Black Uhuru and Israel Vibration, this type of music for the stoners who were too tired to party in the main room. So they were coming there either with the girls or to just chill out. And I was the apprentice there. So, well, I was around the sound from the very beginning, and I joined like a year or two after. But yeah, the original members was Kotun and then Kujawa.
So,
And
growing up,
it's 5 of us right now, so we're growing.
so who are the other members?
The other members are Matis from Warsaw, Zila from Gdańsk by the sea, and we have a brand new guy with us called Margos. That was like a big transfer from another sound in Poland called Sensitive.
Yeah.
And it's 1/3 Wrocław, 1/3 Gdańsk, and 1/3 Warsaw. So we kind of work in 3 different towns. All right.
We might not be Splendid International, but definitely national, you know?
So, growing up in Poland in the 80s and the 90s, how can we imagine like your first contact with sound system culture.
Oh,
And what is the sound that left the biggest impression on you, like local and abroad?
Yeah, okay. You go, I go.
Well, you can start. We have totally different ways, I guess. When it
Yes.
comes to reggae music, maybe the sounds also different ways. So you can
because
start.
because he grew up on punk music and more hardcore music, and I was more like to rap and actually reggae from beginning. And we had this really old school club called Madness in Wrocław.
And that was in respect to the actual Madness band. That was ska people running it.
So that was the let's say the only club that was like a reggae club in our town, and it never changed. I mean, there has never been a reggae club since they closed this Madness club. So that was the only one, and the oldest like reggae club in Wrocław. And there were selectors like Bobo Dread and Jojo Cotton that we like grew up listening to the sets of them, and they were organizing concerts and sound systems. And there was Blood Killer.
I know, yeah. Dakila
From
Cologne.
From Cologne. That was,
he's of Polish descent. Yeah, he's a Polish guy living in Cologne or
I
somewhere
don't know
else.
if he's doing anything right now, but
he used to play in 2000s,
yeah, but at that time he was like the only guy coming to Poland and to play reggae music, and they had this old school sound system built up like passive speakers. So we didn't know at that time that this is like a culture, you know, that there's more than the speakers and some guys. We just enjoyed the music and cheap beer, and that was it. And after that we started playing ourselves, and so we met the guys that we grew up listening to, like musically, and they helped us a little. So we started playing in that club, and that's how it grew. Grew. These guys are long gone.
Yeah, nobody's active anymore. But you know, for me, it started a little different because Akotin said I started from punk music, so I was more into bands, and I was going a lot to concerts, and that was, you know, a little reggae as well, because interestingly, punk rock and reggae in Poland are very connected, because it was the music of the rebellion in the 80s, and during the communist times, reggae was kind of like a punk, but more. You know, Polish people are very spiritual, so that was punk rock with spirituality, if you know what I mean. That had a rebellious message, a spiritual message, and a different vibe. So a lot of punk rockers, when they grew a little older, they started reggae bands. So that's how I got into reggae, and then I started listening to Jamaican reggae. Actually, he and Kuyava, they gave me the first modern reggae and dancehall records I've ever heard. I got them from them. And then we started going to this Madness club. So you had some German sounds passing by. Dakila, one of them. I remember Raganoia. That was another sound. Caveman used to live in Germany. Maybe he still lives. And he used to come to Poland as well. So. Yeah, so that was the first sounds I got accustomed with. But to be honest, I didn't like how Raganoia played or Dakila. That was too hardcore for me. I was more into reggae, so I didn't get the vibe. It was just over time I grew to understand it more, because back in the days it was more reggae in the parties, and when they played hardcore dancehall from Jamaica, I didn't know what was happening. Like Elephant Man, but
I got a great story for you. Maybe one time I called Kuyava, the founder of the sound, because we were recording on cassette players. We were recording a radio show from Warsaw. That was the only radio show.
DJ
Leo that you could listen some reggae music in at that time. And I had this one tune from Dr. Ring Ding.
Of course.
And Dr. Ring Ding at that time, he had, of course, his ska. He played ska basically, but sometimes he like DJ'd. He
had some dancehall tunes.
He was like vocalizing on tunes, and I called him and I said, "Yo, what is that tune? What is this?" And he said, "Oh, that's called dancehall, and it will not be popular. Don't worry."
So yeah. So as you can see, it was hard growing up. We had different. We didn't have really anybody to look up to. We didn't have no diaspora, for example, no Africans. Like really, maybe in Warsaw there were some, but in our city there was just a few students from Africa. That was it.
Mhm.
You're like communist countries that had friends. Like I don't know, Angola, for example, I think, or whatever. Some
Yeah,
Ethiopians.
you don't know anyone who listens to reggae music besides Polish.
So we were discovering this ourselves. That's why we still maintained like our own style, because when we started, that was more like learning as you go. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have nobody to really look up to. There were some sounds that started a few years before us, like 27 Pablo. He was one of the originators when it comes to dancehall. He was the one to import dancehall records and play them for as the first one. We have Love Sensi Music, that was like it started 1989, I think.
Yeah, we got few sounds there.
Yeah, but I mean, they also did it their own way. Maybe Pablo started doing this a little more, Jamaican Western way. So for us, it was always like learning in the process. But I remember the first time I heard Dubplate that made impression on me. That was Bass Runner and Upliftment International. They played in our city. They were like there was a strong link between Pioneer from Upliftment and Poland. So Bass Runner from Austria. That's the House of Rhythm guys, I think. They came and they played, some dubplates like Capleton or, Sizzla. And for me back then, that just blew my mind. That was like 2006 probably.
So this is really young thing in Poland.
And I told them I want to voice dubplates, and they said, "No, man, you're not paying for respect. If somebody records a dubplate for free because they respect you, yeah, that's cool, but you don't pay for dubplates,
Different mindset.
So yeah, it was a long way, but like around 2007 or 8, we started getting the idea and preparing ourselves to clash. So yeah, that was a quick process, but from zero, totally from zero.
So you see, you can talk a lot. Yo, go with it.
So before we move to the next question, you mentioned a couple of sound names actually. What are some sounds from Poland that our viewers should be aware of? What is there besides Splendid Sound?
Not too many. No, the thing is, there was some hype, and every little city had some sound systems in 2002, 4, 6 until 2010. That was kind of popular, and since then, all the sounds started dying out. So right now, the only sounds that are left in Poland, when it comes to playing dancehall music or modern Jamaican music, I don't mean dub, because dub is big, but I'm saying like up to the time thing. It's us and Sensitive, but they're a little less active nowadays. That's why Marcus joined us in a way, because like we're trying to just push it forward. You have 27 Pablo, but he migrated to Portugal. His wife is Portuguese, so they live in Portugal right now. But he comes from time to time, and he's the originator, so he still gets a lot of following. And well, some selectors or sounds are gonna play now and then, but yeah, you have the Yardi crew from Sosnowiec gonna play once in a while.
If you're looking for a proper sound that's active today, that you can hear once a month, that's maybe 2. It's us and Sensitive, and that's it. And for a country that's 40 million people live, where 40 million people live, it's crazy. No, but that's Eastern Europe. That's how we roll.
Yeah. The countries in the region, it's even worse.
When you take dub music, it's huge, but it's different thing.
Mm-hmm. And did you ever had the idea of building an own sound system, or did you ever build an own sound system?
Yeah, that's his part.
Yeah. The thing is that you have to think about money when you don't get your pay in euro, or in dollars or whatever. So when you have to choose between building a sound and buying a dubplate, it's hard to do both, because then you have to spend all the money. You have to choose, and you have to spend all the money on the dub, or you have to spend all the money on a speaker or whatever, on wood or things or whatever. Then it's not gonna be that good.
Yeah,
neither of these things gonna be good. So
we never wanted to go like middle way, either one direction or the other direction. And dubplates were the way we could go out of our region, out of Poland actually, because before we went to a clash in Germany, we had only played in Poland and Czech Republic. That was the only places, you know.
So back to the
Yeah.
sound, we finally got to the point where we have like, let's say, decent dub box that we can show off, and we are grown men with jobs and things, so we got some private money, we got some different things, and we can kind of go to the other way. So we actually inherited, let's say, dub boxes from Observer from London. That's like a huge old school sound,
because they were in the hands of another sound system from our city that's not playing anymore.
So we will try to make them play and buy new drivers for them and all the things around, and hopefully next year there'll be like a proper splendid sound system that you can call.
Wicked.
And beside that, we are building. I am building actually. You know, I am building.
I know nothing about it. You know?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm doing it. I'm building like a bike sound that you can take to the park and whatever, and you can have like 1 kilo sound or 2 kilo sound in a park that's driven by car batteries, so that you don't need any electricity or anything. And so it's mobile sound, let's say, and some different micro sounds and things that I'm playing. It's really cold in winter. You have to hide and do something in Poland. It's
like a winter project.
That's like a winter project. Each winter we do something.
So, how did you come up with the name Splendid? And is there maybe a certain history to the name?
I have no idea.
There's no story behind it.
No, I remember Kuyava told me. Okay, so I even know more than you about it.
No, there's no story behind
No,
it.
there is a story because you guys were looking up to the English sounds, like David Rodigan. The first show of David Rodigan around 2002 or 3 in Poland was like a huge event. He came with Rankin Joe, and there was like hundreds of people, like 600 people, something like that, like a huge event, And splendid is a British word, so that the idea was like everybody's king, everybody's wicked, or everybody's like a star, like as a Jamaican sound you had to, or like British sound, you had to call yourself that's really praising your sound. So they came up with the name Splendid. That's like they're gonna play like a British way, because they wanted to play vinyl and reggae music only in the beginning. It's like, yeah man, it's splendid, So that was the idea.
The funny thing is that even though it's in English, Jamaicans don't know this word.
No, I mean they know it, but they don't use it. It's like an upper class word, like a British word.
But you think that Jamaicans recording dubplates will like know the word splendid, like you got, I don't know, a bottle, they know the word, and still they pronounce it bad sometimes. So I can really imagine they don't know the word splendid.
No, but it's a word that you use in every language. They just don't use it. But I mean, we have Capleton, and Capleton, we have couple of dubs from Capleton. He's never pronounced this name properly. He always says splendid, splendid, never splendid, because I'm not talking about my name. I'm Stepan. Trust me, you can make a compilation of like 100 different versions of my name. And like, it's like everything, it's like even Sheepan, or Jumpan, yeah, Chipan. It's funny, but I mean, splendid is a simple word, and Capleton just says splendid. So yeah, so you go.
So there's no story behind it, but there's a story after.
So what were your intentions when you started to build your sound? And was Sound Clash one of the goals Splendid had from the start?
No, we just wanted to be the cool guys in the club, No, that's not true. We actually loved music, and we had this opportunity to play because we met the guys that were doing it, and they let us play. And once you go behind the decks, and once you start playing and people enjoy, and you got all your friends coming to each party, and there's more people, and then you move to another club, and there's even more people, and then you just love doing it. You just feel the vibe, and when you play on every Saturday, on every Thursday or whatever, you just want to go and play, because that's what make you like. That's a difference between some sounds in Europe that just want to be the cool guys in the school. It's so easy to become a DJ right now. So
but it wasn't that easy.
That wasn't that easy. States.
We had one store with records in Poland. That was in Warsaw. You could do some, shipping stuff, but I mean that was hard to get. So you had to order records from African Beat or Soundquake, but the shipping was expensive. So you always had to have like 10 selectors, chipping in for the shipping. Everybody ordered like 10 records, and you did it once a month, once every 2 months.
Yeah, and we played vinyl. And we played vinyl. That was the times that where you were buying like rhythm drivens, like 2 copies.
Of course. Yeah, man.
And you know, nobody does that anymore. Nobody is buying records to play. It's like more collecting right now, and it's so easy to buy a controller and a computer.
Just download music or use Tidal to play it.
Yeah, you can use Tidal to play, so that it's much easier.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what you're doing. Once you feel the vibe when you play, then it just stays.
Yeah.
It stays or not, and it stayed with us.
But for me, it was also I've always been a nerd when it comes to music, and like my wife says, I'm a bit autistic when it comes to music. I just gotta know everything in one genre, and I'm just digging, and just categorizing. Like the only place I have order is my music on my hard drive. Like everything else, I'm messy. But when it comes to music, my records, I have a whole like collection. Every record has its place. So I've always felt an urge to share this with the people. Like, yo, I heard this song. You gotta hear it. So being a soundman is like the best way to do this, because you do it for the people that actually come to hear you doing this, not to your friends in the party. That's like, yeah, all right, nice, okay, go on. So that was the way for me. Like, I wanted to play this music. I've heard it so much. It was so good. You gotta hear this as well. So yeah, and for myself as well.
And which year did you voice your first dubplate?
5?
No, 7.
Could you remember the artist as well?
But it depends. It depends if you're asking about Polish dubs.
No, but the foreign one was the first one.
The foreign one was the.
I was living in Oslo back then because we used to go to Norway to work, and I lived in Oslo for a while, and like reggae was much bigger there. And actually, that's where I haven't mentioned Ragabalder as one of my inspiration, because that was the first sound to get real dancehall vibes, and they shared the stage with me. They really gave me a lot of guidance, and I treat them like godfathers of at least my way. But getting back to the dubplate, so there was like this hip hop group that did reggae as well, and one of the MCs was my friend Krista Rhymes, and then I got the idea, hey Krista, can you voice a dubplate for us? So we just took a duck rhythm. He wrote custom lyrics for this, and we just recorded this. So it's in English. It's in Norwegian actually.
See, so the first dubplate from Splendid Sound, 4 Polish Splendid Sound was a Swedish guy,
Norwegian,
a Norwegian guy singing Norwegian in Oslo.
Yeah, they were called Huga Trupas, and the artist was Krista Rhymes. So
Yeah,
that's
but
how it started.
The
But I
proper
mean,
one was
yeah.
Bounted.
No, that was when we went to Jamaica. Yeah, because after that we voiced some Polish dubplates, and then we went to Jamaica for the first time, and we had the budget for 3 dubs, and we voiced Captain Barkey, Ken Boove, and Bound Tequila. So for me, I was 21 years old. That was the first time in Jamaica, and then I go to the studio with Bounty. That's kind of an adventure for me. I can remember that well.
Wicked.
So what we say, big up the general, right?
That's it, of course.
Yeah, well, we say Bounty Killer here on Dubs PON DUBS.
All right, so when talking about music and dub plates, we of course have to talk about sound clash, and not all dubs have for clashing purposes. So but before we take it any further, and with that we mean to the year 2009 when Splendid had their first sound clash, it's time for some music. So guys, you could bless us up with a 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, man, sure thing. I digged a little deeper today, so we have some dubs you could have heard if you listen to our clashes.
Yeah.
But we also have some deeper stuff. So yeah, I just gotta start. See.
I'm just gonna put the mic.
Yeah, man.
I'm going
Bless
for
up
smoke.
Poland. Respect the city of Wrocław and all massive and crew. Splendid sound, the strongest eastern spirit of the place, yeah, man. Bless up Portugal, Marty, Shipwan and Zilla. Come with the thriller, beat down the gate, Cessa every time. Yeah? Good, man. Said I'm gonna pick up the phone and call my baby now and tell her that this a clash already done. Big people people's music is gonna kill us out, and this night is splendid. We're gonna bring the crowd. Woke up this morning, feeling sure everything was alright. So looking forward to the dance that I'm going to tonight. So the rivers and every crew have to follow this sound because they're so full of niceness.
So as I said, I'm going a little deeper into the box.
Down. So I'm gonna pick up the phone.
One of our favorite dubplates in the box, you know, Peter Honeygale.
Big people's music is gonna kill us out. This night is splendid. We're gonna bring the yes, crew and massive. This is Splendid, the champion sound.
Splendid sound. But I pray thee, play some music.
Yo, rest in peace, Drummy. Big up Aswad, Brinsley Ford.
Splendid, spin me a doublet, make every sound boy quake in the dawn. Whoa. Hurry, come up now, sound boy, taking your chances, but you just can't penetrate. Put your hand in the fire now, it seems you've sealed your fate. Too late is you crying now, you got tears in your eyes. Whoa, 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 tell me why all the timpani sounds, oh, they fail to realize. Splendid alone, got to keep the fire burning. Ain't no way. Hey, yo.
Clinton Ferron in the house. Lincoln with Splendid Sound. Hold on. You there?
The strongest Eastern spirit.
Sound. Step back and learn the culture. Learn the culture. Jahcage Sound. Step back and learn the culture. Learn the culture. Splendid is a warrior. Jahcage Sound, you are a vulture. You are a vulture. Your sound built little foundation. But you can't forget the past. Oh no. So I and I, by the power of Splendid Sound, we shall overcome.
Well, you see, as I said, you know, groups like Gladiators or Mighty Diamonds or Black Uhura were the ones I started with. So I gotta play special, you know, tribute to groups like that, and especially Mighty Diamonds. Rest in peace, you know, 2 original members died this year. Tragic thing, we just keep the music, you know, up.
Alongside Mighty Diamonds.
Remember when the champion sound say, dance all agonize. Whoa, sound boy better run away and hide. Yeah, Splendid that tear off the roof from over the reds. Splendid that tear off the roof from over the reds and box the from off the turntable, box the from off the turntable and spend the in the dance hall and spread love for everyone.
Nowhere in the world, first time on a Dubplate, anywhere, anytime, light back says I'm alive. One Splendid Sound. Splendid Sound, man, the best sound around town. The man I come to show you who run things. I kill selector in the morning. I kill the MC in the morning too. I kill the heated sound owner. Hey. And I kill off all them crew. Can't you see you know I've no Dubplate? Can't you see that you're late? Pack up your sound and go some boy. You need a new sound. You need a sound. You need a sound. Pack up and go. Splendid Sound is around. We ought to chase you out of town. Splendid Sound is willing. Splendid Splendid sound is killing too.
Oh yeah. Oh no no. Oh yeah. Splendid is Eastern Europe's #1. Wanted juggler clash a yard and abroad. Killing sound boys one by one. Cutting creative dubs in the best version. As it was in the beginning. Alright. So shall it be in the
Yo, I got so many stories to say. I already got hyped about it, but we're gonna talk about Dubplates later. But you know, once again, this one is a tribute to one of the special artists for me. You know, we voiced him 2 weeks before he passed away. Rest in peace, Mr. Uroy, you know?
Big up cartoon. The Stephen, Marty, Zella. Big up on yourself. Are the Splendid Sound, strongest Eastern spirit. Flashing my whip, flashing my whip. You gotta move, you gotta move. I'm here to separate the soul from the wasp clash. The Splendid Sound, strongest Eastern spirit. Big time sound around the town, like I was saying. Cause it's only a smile and little sound they got. Ram chichi ram chichi ram. Ram chichi ram yo. Ram chichi ram like I was saying.
Yo, I heard Nash playing one artist called Peter Austin. That must mean we have the same dubplate link. I voice mainly for one engineer in a Kingston, you know? I know we'll be talking about. Big up Peter Austin, the Clarendonians, big band. We have a different one.
Yeah, man, a splendid sound, the sound that is real dirty. Peter Austin, amnesia, sound boy. Say sorry for the way that you play your timpan sound. Say sorry from the bottom of your heart, yeah. Now do it now. Oh, timpan sound, please forget it. Don't just spend it again. Free your heart now from this terrible pain. Give the heart a chance to prove your sound again. No way. That's what Splendid say. In the morning, you are a loser, and in the evening, you're dead and buried. Without your dubplates, how can you go on, someone, without the dubplates?
But as you said, dubplates are not only for killing, we also voice dubplates for the girls, them, you know, and 2 songs for the girls, or actually about the girls.
Yes, this is a BBC from the original Guinness group of the Studio One. And you hear me, sound boy? You can't compare against Splendid Sound, the strongest Eastern spirit. Oh, big up Mattis, Fortune, Chipan, Zilla, BBC says so. Let's. I've played all over the world, and I've made love to many girls. All the girls that love me best. Your girlfriend is the one I can't forget, 'cause she loves the Polish man. She loves the Polish man. Yes, she loves the Polish man. She loves the Polish
But gotta trick you, you know. That was a Clash tune, but this one is for the girls.
Pick up myself and I'm control it, you know, man, just pick up myself. Ah, Danny man, look at myself, you know. Sure, part. Splendid sound. Na, wow. For the ladies. We love the girls, that's how we roll. Big up the ladies all over the world. Some boy from the galleys, but we all know sleep alone. After the show, we love the girls, that's how we roll. Big up the ladies all over the world. Some boy from the galleys, but we all know them sleep alone. After the show, y'all give me your name, you address, y'all give me the number. You think I know I want to get the number? Look on me, y'all love me cool like cucumber. Can't test me, got my body full of susumba. Y'all them they can't get me on. Y'all them yes we run the army. Anyway we go there's family. Y'all them call me way. We love the girls, that's how we roll. Big up the ladies all over the world. Some water them on the galleys, but some know them people alone. After the song, sit. Cartoon, Lord Kuyaba, Danima, Shepherd. Yeah, son man, it's King the Bing, the Bang, the Bang, the Bang. Well, alright, splendid, kill the sound them, splendid, kill the sound them, alright, splendid, kill the sound, alright, sound start run them, start tight, when them hear splendid name, yeah, splendid kill sound from long time, that give me fame. You think a little bit of time we kill sound, we kill enough jump on. Yeah, tell her eat that sound boy splendid. So we are real bad man. What is my whip? Step on whip. The sound can't away. What is splendid? Step on whip. We have guns like the army. What is my whip? Step on whip. The sound can't away. What is my whip? Splendid. We have dubs like the army.
Every man shepherd, come on. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Splendid sound, I the number one. I mean, I tell us, why me not care? Why me not fear? Go to kill them anywhere here. I just throw in water the deer and he will be there. Splendid sound, you are clear. I'm the second, no. Every night before you sleep, you pray the Lord. This a sound we keep. Please tell me it. This sound you can't complete. All of your dubplate we get delete. I'm the second, no. Every night before them sleep, make the rascal shot him it. And one wicked people who are on the street, them can't this Eastern spirit. Three youth a juggle and no hustle. Remember my alright on the farmers and the panic all night. I want to play them play.
Well, you see, we have to big up Hyper from DNH. You know, some of the dubs you go hear is remixes and nobody knows about it, you know. But the next song I'm gonna play was voice, you know, two artists in a combination on one rhythm, father and son. That's something we try to specialize ourselves in. I'm gonna play one of the songs tonight. It's Freddie McGregor and Chino McGregor in a combination.
Matisse, no, say yo, she be young day. I've tried this road both day and night, and every morning as I rise I pray. Never let no sound get in my way. You know, say splendid I play. Evil sound you must understand. You're trying to ruin splendid plan, but this time you won't get away. Frost them and the crew make you pay. For we want the keys for the dance song. Some boy can run what a pity. Coulda huff them, coulda puff, coulda big till them bust. Splendid are the champion sound. Chino them.
As my father give the keys to the city.
Tell them.
You know you can't run what a pity. You coulda huff, you coulda puff, coulda big till your boss. Chino and Freddy lock you up. Hey, them say you only live once, YOLO. So me kill a son all when I be solo. Well, me's a boy, you not gonna catch me pan the down low. That simple means a certain place you know we don't go. Well, everybody's ending some.
Splendid! The strongest Eastern spirit.
Hey, boy. There are lots of sounds in life, some that you may not like. You could be living this minute, the next minute you're gone away. Hold up your head now, splendid. Kill off, jump on now, splendid. And by your dubs you shall surely be paid. I never tried this, the sound in the under. Splendid sound who's got the title. The one who sits high and he looks down low. I. And if you ever this, the sound in the under. The sound who's got the title. It be someone that he don't know.
Splendid!
Hey.
Splendid sound, and the big bad sound. Bye. And the big bad. Bye. Splendid, tell them this again, me tell them say, you are gonna die, so you are gonna die. You are gonna die, so you are gonna die. You are gonna die, so you are gonna die. You are gonna die, so you are gonna die. Hey, big belly sound, big belly sound. Big belly sound, splendid, that big belly sound. Kill them sound. Kill them sound. Kill them sound. We have the big belly sound.
No give them no break, splendid sound. Kill them as them come there. Son, why you a shaver? Splendid knock you down and out. I'm a true believer. I know what it's all about. Yeah, go on like it's a flu. When Splendid just knocked on you, you feel it trembling when you wake. Splendid no give no guy no break. Some guy you feel a shiver running up your spine. This hurting feeling gonna hit you all the time. The time that you're aware, it's gonna be like a nightmare. Yes. You feel it trembling when you wake. We no give no guy no break.
Artists, you want to tell about who? Cartoon, Shepherd, Zilla, hey. Splendid sound in the air, all days of their life. Murder sound, boy and pop off them stripe. Them a go on like them wicked, them a get too bright. Splendid sound, of them to fight, you murder jump on again. Well, them think we care, we put them body on ice. Kill sound, splendid, no nice, we kill a crump and sound. Splendid that you are on the town. Splendid that you are on the sound, you kill a
yes, yeah. Splendid sound, we tell us some boy, yes. Nobody put up a fight now. Your sound done. Splendid, I go play, you know, I'm gonna take your crown, take your sound. Silence, sound boy, yeah. Pack up your drum and things now. Your sound done. Splendid, I go play, you know, I'm gonna take your crown, make your sound. Silence.
Splendid are the number one sound. Sound was have to run out of town. Every time Splendid sound come round. Now many sounds would like to challenge Splendid, the champion. They should have known by now Splendid sound is the number one. And no matter what some sound boy trying to do, if they challenge Splendid sound, they're bound to get slew. And there will be no cause or reason for massive to doubt this. Sound boys, this is a warning to you. You better not take singers' Dubplate for weakness. Oh, no. Splendid sound get victory. Oh, no. Oh, Lord, I know my enemies. It's my fans I want to meet. I have had my share of ups and downs. Took the bitter with the sweet. But there are few bad-minded people trying to rob me of my win. But no matter how biased the crowd be, real fans give me victory. Splendid get the victory. When we kick in a sound boy teeth, sweet victory. Tell the world say a Splendid tweet. Jahcage give me victory.
Go tune, big up yourself, you don't know my keys, just don't know, see? Yes. Come on. Killer, we are killer. We are sound killer. Yes, Splendid sound, you are danger. Yeah. Come on.
Cause a kill we come to kill sound boy. Splendid sound dangerous.
Oh la la la. Splendid. Yeah. Sure. When man a kill sound from 19 how long? Some little way come up and come this bad man them finna. Splendid them a foundation. A splendid we a play. Man a bad man from how long? From 19 how strong. In everything you know say man a veteran. This splendid say we a foundation. Well on, we murder sound one by one. Come and just chill. This splendid you get 10 poison pill. Well on them. Come and just chill. This splendid, you get 10 poison pill. Okay, man, I'm no fool, we rule. Pussy, all this the program, don't walk in at the school. Splendid sound, you know, say we no fool. Carry up the Dubplate and know the musical rule. Okay.
Well, you see, I gotta introduce the next song. I'm trying not to do too much talking because I can do this all night long. But yo, I'm respecting the viewers and listeners. You know, they're getting some good music. But you know, see, the next song is an artist that's known for his customs, and we voice this as a custom for every song we are gonna clash in our history. There's gonna be always some part that's gonna fit them, and you just hear the lyrics well. And actually, that's a combination. Two other lyricists in one song. Here it is.
Well, one should already know it's a great Splendid Sound.
You see?
You're the strongest Eastern Spirit Kabaka Pyramid, so that's straight out of Poland.
Yeah.
Which part? Another place called Wrocław.
Oh.
You mean? Kabaka Pyramid alongside the great Tarantula. Talk to them, brother.
Representing for the great Splendid Sound, he's the shepherd. Got you, you see it, youth. Matties. The whole of Wrocław.
Well, I burn them down.
Yup.
Straight to the ground. Splendid Sound. We no want no cliche. Do not bother come here with no cliche. Talking to selectors and them DJs. Splendid Sound, no play no cliche.
Splendid, now no cliche. Them coming at the dance, but not cliche. Kabaka, no one no cliche. Tarantula, we no want no cliche. Yo.
Splendid. Me say me not knock no one style, but no sound them out a road only have one style. Them lame up the first round and now them losing. Then the second round, them a chat about them cruising. This bag of bad man talk who no fit up it. Them said that them a killer and a gun them never shot it. Next thing, come in like all them brain get clog up, cause them a chat about them can't get thump up now bad up.
When I say bunty, who no fi say kill up. In a sound clash, them the speech they are fill up. And next speech that is not the smartest. Because your voice a 4-pack of tune now that I your artist. If you're not suck, pussy put up on no hand. If you kill your soul, me no need for voice, no custom. Them type of speech they make me laugh. Oh yeah, when you win the first round, you start ball fill a cough. When you flap because you start the dance wrong, you make an excuse, but you just a burn-out song. Instead of admit, say you a play a back tune, you a talk about, you a go play a better version. When you don't know what kind of custom you want me give, you just a pray, say me kill the sound for you. And next thing in the clash, we need to go. Them select a boy, you fist up big up here as where them no know. If you never go a 90s, no mention that. If you never go Flatbush, no mention that. If you come a Germany for the first time, nobody big up Berlin when you clash there. My name no cliche. We no want no cliche. Come on, no one.
I ain't scared, motherfucker. Ain't scared, motherfucker. We take it to you fuckers anywhere, motherfucker. Ain't scared, motherfucker. Ain't scared, motherfucker. Splendid, we kill you now. Watch this. Pussy, if you wanna, we can kill you outside. We can kill you outside. Kill you outside.
Man, yeah, man. Man, Splendid Sound. And the big sound. A week over on the town. I want some sound. Watch it. Someone has stay on top of things, other things. This Splendid Sound and me crush them like rings. One has stay on top of things, other things. This money when me bust my head like a ching. One has stay on top of things, other things. This Marcus can't fit them lose them links. One has stay on top of things, what a thing. This Splendid and watch your judgment come in the one and name chop.
Splendid Sound. Splendid. Shut your mouth when the Splendid talking. Disrespect gunshot will be barking. Naturally come this, you know say Splendid. We not shoot and miss, me sing again. Well, I hear K47.
Splendid boss it in the devil. Jahcage 47. Chip on. Anyway, hold on you. Watch out now. Jahcage 47. Splendid boss it in the devil. Jahcage 47. Rifle shot a left the whole place level. Jahcage 47. Still I say, Jahcage 47. Jahcage, Poland. Tell the pussy them, who did that cool but now me get hard. Them send the soldier them for try come take strap. But as them step and try to take that. The first class, the class.
And you see this next one? We kind of voiced it to use this in the clash, and we never feel confident enough. Even if we win by a landslide, we never feel confident enough to play this one. You gotta wait to the chorus, which comes like after a minute and a half or something like that, you know?
Once again, it's so nice, it's so sweet, it's so beautiful to see. Splendid taking the big week off. Oh yes, sir. Check it. I am a beautiful vibes. Lord knows it feels right. We can see Splendid Sound Dubs killing our soul boys tonight. Give thanks to Splendid Sound music. Their dubs are deadly weapons. Splendid Sound send a million shots to the heads of sound boys tonight. Splendid Sound lock them up. In the heart of the sound clash, Splendid kill them. Yeah.
You see, the next one is the first dub we voiced in Jamaica. Captain Borky, one of the kindest Jamaicans I ever meet.
You don't know Captain Borky says sound gonna die. It's dead. You know a long talk, you just want to talk, you know, so I haven't done it all. Hey, sound boy gotta die slowly but surely. Wanna get me slow type of the telephone, not the Splendid Sound. And that tone I forget to get me slow type of the telephone, not the Splendid Sound. And that tone I forget, look how we cool. Then easy, then I move like a snail and use a Dubplate and we go to no to a nail and look how we neat, look how we sweet. Use one more Dubplate and pluck out to no teeth, yes. But I know wicked and terrible in a deep place go tune. Use a Dubplate, tear off your face, then step in at the place, then animal in the place. Lord, we have find the place. I saw on a pocket to get the slow type of the telephone, not the Splendid Sound. How that tone I go get the slow type of the telephone, not the.
We see a few more dubs to play, and I said I'm gonna dig deeper, but maybe there are some people that don't know Splendid. You might have not heard about the Strongest Eastern Spirit, and well, if you haven't heard about Strongest Eastern Spirit, let me tell you, there's a reason why we're the Splendid, aka the vodka sound. You see this? I made this myself. It's a cranberry vodka in a bottle of Luxusova, you know? And this one is our anthem.
Conscience I represent, yeah. Boy, if you know. We are the talk and kill. Yo, Splendid Sound. From we are little youth. We drink Subruvka, Fiber over, and Lucas over. Splendid come over, we never sober. Till idiot sound boy, give them hangover. No boy never touch me for money, we never yet been. Follow people, me ever section. Sexy body girl, them, me never left them. If you no like me no like you. Splendid no big friend, I saw me drunk, I saw me drunk, I saw me drunk. Do me one thing, I win no care about that sound. I show we shot like we drunk. That's how Splendid kill sound to bomb glass. Alright then, that's how we stay.
Lord of mercy. Boy. Splendid Sound. Boy. What will I say? Eastern Spirit, strike back again. Go grab a vodka and call all your friends. When me check it out, Lord, we kill you even when we choke. Goodbye. When we check.
I don't know the sound there. I don't really killing sound this. Splendid Sound. I don't sound do it. Eastern Spirit. Splendid. Yeah, yo, oh. Splendid Sound there. Yeah, yo, oh. Tonight a murder, double triple we beat again. Show me. And now they killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting. And now they killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting. Splendid sound. And now they killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting. And now they killing to ding ting, killing to ding ting. Anyway, hey, splendid, splendid. Hey, I wanna want it. Now rap it. Hey, hear this. Hey, don't let me. Splendid sound. Almighty God, yes, we have to love you. Almighty God, splendid, I praise you. Circle and sees the spirit from the east, you know, so if I sound clash, we kill them with this boom. And at the chase, them recipe the Guinness and the split them no see. So this are splendid, watch out, we clock smoothly, you know, be whitey, splendid sound, you could never see in a tight jeans. Then I get a take you when we rock with Nikes, and you see we now we fit with New York Yankees, but you are the whole of Poland, your 90s, whole of that slab, we can't live out Queens, no we can't live out the can them love them up coming out with teens, just to get them up, we only we sting them like.
Murderation, man. Long time sound never dead. Inna the dance, 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 inna the dance. Let me say, come look up for the back glass, come look up for the back glass, come look up for the back glass, look up for the back glass, come look up for the back glass. Me telling Splendid Sound, yes, it had the bigger boss. Play from now till the morning, man, I feel like Christopher. Some of them come never dance music, some of them come never give me one drop. Put on me pass, put on me shirt, and then me go put on me at the man and a man them in the dance come from the man and get them. Some of them brown and some of them black and some of them red.
Splendid Sound, you don't know a great right to them of Jesus Christ, yeah. Cut you don't know easy. Lock you off, you don't know every time, it's not easy. Then the man skip on. Hey. Ring ding 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 tigga ding tigga ding tigga ding 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 tigga ding tigga ding ding. Who tell us hey? What's it? Magnificent to tell them will excellent to tell them permanent look on me. Splendid. Who tell us hey? Who tell them?
Yo, skip on, motherfucking niggas, you know I got weapon. And if it's one of them, it's wrong fucking scene them step on. Splendid sound off them. Have you ever seen a bullet burn straight out of a Glock? Have you ever stand beside a man and things gonna crop? You never get a gunshot for no war with hot. So I yell some pussy come a chat and come and tell me them. Splendid! Done them long call and bend the one to them boy. All the boys and tough and I recommend it. With dark like some criminal. With a war subliminal. Splendid said, sound a go dead. Tell them not giving no argument. Cause Splendid a kill. We don't take statement. Boy you feel dead. We them all argument. Splendid sound a kill. We don't take statement. Bad man from a long time. Always experience. Turn the people and walk. We don't jump over fence. Caliber them go send them back down if you don't them parents. Hear me gun them live in a bush and stand me own expense. Like Vietnam soldiers, Splendid sleeping on train. He murder and kill. I got tune first talent. They not shout and miss man that she will excellent. Them a fit. Them on a support violence. So me want show gully and take 5,000 offense. Walk on the bank when you think you love the 1 cent. Murder your friend them on all your parents. We dead. We don't have arguments. Splendid on kill.
Yeah, we're gonna go Poland. Lock it down. Gunshot a bust inna the corner pan your head. Kill you for free, so tonight you are go dead. Bullet a rain to your copper and the lead. Pussy hole a tonight you are go dead. Under fire, gunshot a fire. Under fire, gunshot a fire. Under fire, gunshot a fire. Splendid sound and a them a bust a fire.
Yes, a Mattis with myself on a sleep and set speed. Splendid sound, strongest eastern spirit. Mega for sound boy. I miss I do not get the rat. Splendid through the medal battle. Hail King Selassie, I them shaking him a rattle. Mister, do not get the ratty. Through them with karate. Through them with a battle. We no beg no friend, no take no chat. Hail King Selassie, you the ancient monarchy. Hail King Selassie, I them want war with starty. Turbo like Cox, Mister, with turbo like a stocky. Who ya know Splendid sound locking down the freaking party boy. Yeah.
Son boy, you go dead. Alright. Splendid. Poland. Them say them bada mada. Who them say them bada than? Them say them mada. Me ya them
mother man. Stang dibby dibby dang badang badang. Ring baba dibby dibby dang badang badang. Splendid number one. And a beanie man. And me a help sing a song. Somebody say, me nah go separate my bullets from my guns now.
People are following the keys, then we go to the cemetery. You know, Mary, nobody can decide my destiny. Only I can decide my own for me. Hey. I want to be free from all chains and all bangles and rope. Free from all bars and all borders and dope. Free to kill us on becoming a prize the pop. How we know what she face it Babylonian soap. Me have a leap of faith and me have a leap of hope. Life rough and hard, but with it me a pick up. Some take it on the level, some fly down the slope. Silent keep around it, but splendid you have to float. I was born to be free. How we all gangali. Splendid all gangali.
Okay, so we are gonna play 2 more Dubplates and then we can go back to chatting. So the first one is a remix, but it's not done by Hypa. It's done by a Polish producer called Dread Squad. You know, that's actually when you ask about active sounds. Sorry, I'm going to do a little talking in the meantime.
Yeah, sure.
You were asking about active sounds. There's one sound that's not playing really dancehall, but he's playing his production, some dub, some modern digital reggae, some roots. It's called Dread Squad. He's a very well-known producer out of Poland, and he made this remix. And he remixed this dubplate for us.
Splendid sound, can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, we're going with it. To us, yeah. Strongest Eastern spirit, of course. Yeah, trophies we are here, how we handful. Splendid in our eyes and boast. Yeah, we give thanks if we need it the most. We have to give thanks if we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for our life, man. Splendid, thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus, yeah. And gratitude is a must, yeah. Me see blessings fall by my right hand. So best I toast to the friends that take off every load one time. Get sit down in a class and report that splendid the road and me go on with the road. Third form is a me try a thing. Seeing my form that to be a fire thing. Come up on stage with chronic fire sing. Yeah, you see me all the kids soon get the higher ring. Like hello brother, you say I had to sort you. Now you post the spectacular photo. You say keep it burning, yes, that's the motto. If you need a photo, pass through the sort to jam all in a life, man.
You see this last dubplate? Cotton asked me to play this one because you were asking about sounds from Poland, you know, sounds from Eastern Europe, and you know we pride ourselves about where we come from. That's why we're kind of different to all the other sounds in the world actually. And this one is a tribute to the whole region, to every sound, every dance, everybody that influenced Splendid to be where we are now.
I mean, it's a cartoon. You don't know Marty, Sheep and Zilla. Big up Wrocław City, you know? Oh, yeah. Eastern Europe, you're nice.
Splendid.
Hey, so nice. Check it. I'm so proud to be from Eastern land, a place of history where the continent ends, yeah. The Czechia and Poland and Balkans, nothing can come between us but the mountains that divide, yeah. Even though they're just a few reggae sound, I play around the world with the Eastern Europe pride war. A lot of people still going through strife and still believe a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet vibes, Savior, you're nice, so nice, so nice. Frog club full of girl vibes, so nice, so nice. Dance them a real paradise, so nice, so nice. We got so much to lose and so much to prove. Eastern Europe, hey, teachers never raise no fool. Mama send me school. Hey. When it's difficult, we still are push through. No matter what, the blessings have to continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. Wow, remember FMP, what make the fire burn? And sensitive sound with the bashment vision. Remember love sense, the first sound clash done. Dance all massacre, say party till done. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice.
Wicked juggling here on Dubs PON DUBS.
Bad set of juggling, guys.
See,
I mean, not even thinking of the box, you just have to touch it, Nah, just kidding.
So, one important thing you said, and that is definitely one thing we need to say. Big up DNH. This man is putting a lot of work and a lot of effort in a lot of dub boxes in Europe. So big up Hyper, definitely.
It makes the whole scene sound better, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me say, I know what you're talking about.
Well, most people we know work either with Hyper or Daddy, you know. So yeah, big up DNH anytime.
Definitely, the man do some proper work. But let's get back to the thing where Nash talked about earlier before you started with juggling. The first clash in 2009, Splendid Sound, a clash called Run the Rhythm Selector.
Oh shit.
So it's
Yo,
Splendid
that's
Kings
vintage, you know.
clashing
That's-
against East West Rockers, Anti-Kings, and Yes Me Selector. So you say it's vintage. So I actually listened to this clash, and of course I couldn't understand it. So please, for our viewers, the first clash of Splendid, tell us about it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that was actually a different concept. They only invited, because that's you got to go back to understanding what a sound system was for the people back then. It was it often involved singers, and often involved like DJs, not really only playing music. A sound system usually had an artist on a sound, like back in the 80s, you know, early 90s in Jamaica. So East West Rockers was a band of 3 singers, MCs, and they played as a sound from time to time, but they're always involved a live performance. So the thing is that they wanted to have just a clash of sounds, like we understand sounds, an MC and a selector. So they only invited 2 people maximum from one sound. Originally, it was 1 person, Yes Me Selecta, that was Run the Rhythm Selecta clash. So that was only the Selecta theoretically. Then they decided, okay, they want more hype. So they only invited me and Kochun, since that was just like, you know, us on Splendid then invited. Kuyava was still playing with us. Idan and Mayer was also not everybody. Anyway, and that was the first clash in Poland that was strictly, I mean, it was not announced as strictly dubplates, but it was the first clash to happen to be strictly dubplates, because all clashes before were 45 and some dubplates. And this was the first one to be only dubplates. And it was some rounds. You had like you had a round, you could only play 3 rhythms. It was a strange concept. Every round had a concept. You had a jury that was judging how many no, that was not even hands, that was noise.
You have to understand that clashes in Poland back in the days, at least maybe some 3 first clashes, our clashes in Poland. This is a totally different thing than what you can call a sound clash in Europe or around the world. So the basics are the same. The rules, the dubplates and things, but
there's much more rules than in a regular clash.
But the sound clash in Poland back in the days was a totally different thing. It had nothing in common with like what we call clash.
Well, this one that was the first one to actually imitate the actual clash in the South, and that was thanks to us in a way, you know, us and East West Sound, because these guys, you know, seen the music abroad, so they were up to date as well. So the thing is that we played a lot of Polish dubplates, and it ended with Splendid and 27 Pablo, Yes Me Selecta in Dub Dub. And 27 Pablo, as I said, is the originator. Is the godfather of dancehall in Poland. You know, he's the man that introduced dancehall to Poland, and he was the defending champion of this clash. And he's like is a great MC. He's like also radio personality. So the thing is that we had a whole crowd with us that came just because we had funds. In our city, we had funds. So the club was like 300 people, and maybe 50 or 40, no, perhaps 40 was just Splendid fans. And well, they got drunk and started cheering for us. So there was a lot of controversy. We won this one, and there was a lot of controversy. Pablo was cussing our crowd was cussing him. There was a little boo, a lot of forwards. But at the end of the night, we got the title, and he got so vexed that he recorded a song, the first song he ever recorded, to diss us 2 days after. And that was a cover, like a Polish remake of yeah, you know, Movado, you run like a wounded dog, break you saying record. So he made it in Polish to diss us, and they said it's a game of words in Polish, but basically Splendid he turned into spent peep, which is like a bunch of pussies. So he diss us, he record this, at the next clash we play, and that's the clash you don't know because there's no audio. So that was like 3 weeks later, we had a clash in Poland, and then there was a 45 round. So a sound from Poland actually took this song, they put it on a dubplate, like actual dubplate on vinyl, and played against us as a custom, although Pablo never voiced it for them. So you can imagine the club just got crazy, and we got eliminated in the first round.
People, you hear that? You only hear that on Dubs PON DUBS, right? Wicked.
And if you think about that, we know Pablo for years back.
It's a brethren, you know.
He's a big friend of us, and he had this idea to push dancehall forward, like recording the same thing like Carter did, and he actually knew at that time. He actually knew what he was doing, and it worked.
Yeah, so he was totally up to date. But I mean, this clash was full of vibes, like really people with rugs, you know. That's it, because everybody just wanted hype. The Polish crowd back then still is, but back then was totally spontaneous and totally hyped. They wanted a performance. They didn't come to a night to dance all night.
Yeah,
they wanted like a 2 hours performance, but they gave everybody everything from this. So like there was so many forwards, there were speeches. Pavel was, because he was on the mic then, he's the main MC on the sound. I only did the sound clashes afterwards, you know. So he was the mic man, and he was dissing him for, yeah, there was like some strange, stupid stuff in Polish. We never called each other pussy or something like that.
It's more like cabaret, you know.
Yeah.
You can
like a stand-up comedy, you know.
Play 70 movados and nobody cared.
Yeah, and the speech never really connected to the song, and the song was often like a, you know, like a rhythm forward. And some people knew this, and you would play a lot of Polish dubplates. That was a boom. We had a lot of artists, and all of them voiced dubplates for free for us because there was like promotion for them, and they liked the concept. So we had a lot of customs, a lot of a lot of Polish dubplates only for a clash, you know.
And this is about basically all the clashes in Poland that we took part.
One clash we voiced half an LP of an artist from Poland on custom. And we play like, you know, 4 or 5 dubs, like one after another, just 30 seconds, dissing the other sound in customs, you know, from one LP, you know. And that was a hype album back then. So yeah, that was vibes, you know.
Crazy people, you hear that? You hear that?
It used to be like 600 people per clash. That's
the next one.
Yeah,
and
so
exactly.
that's the same story, you know. There's the same story. The different things happened on this clash at that
clash, but this clash is like the most famous clash back in Poland. I mean, the series of the clash, that was like a Polish championship of sound clash. The clash in Poznań, organized by Obora Sound, it was like he was the originator in clashes.
So you can understand how back Poland was.
When you look at the flyer alone, right?
You have to understand what's that. The host is Brothers Kaczynski's satanic sound system. I mean, you could never use that.
There were some stand-up comedians really pretending to be sound.
Bracia Kaczynski satanic.
Yeah, you know, Kaczynski is a president that died in an accident in the plane. Is like the main politician in Poland. That's like twin brothers, the evil brothers from Poland. 2 of the most hated politicians. One of them is dead already. So they called themselves like Bracia Kaczynski, Kaczynski brothers sound system. Anyway, satanic sound system.
That's too deep.
Yeah, they didn't really get it, but I mean, whatever. The thing is that was like a rematch of us and 27 Pablo. So 2 other sounds didn't really play a role there, and Pablo took this one, and it was like a crowning of the king. You know, no matter what we played in, he played TOK Chichiman pon us in Dub Dub, and the club just explode. Like, trust me, it was just pure fire. You know, in a Dub Dub. And we tried to play, you know, the righteous way, some foundation, but everybody just wanted to crown him because he put this before, you know, this song on us, and there was 1 month after we kill him, so the hype was just brewing. You could feel this. There was like 400 people in the club, and it was, we just had to lose this one. We were leading the whole clash, but in a Dub Dub, he just take everything and just you know, smash the floor with us. But that was his last clash. He said he's not clashing because of us. He's not clashing again anymore, you know. He stopped buying dubplates. He took his mom for a trip to India after this clash because he said, I'm not going to voice no more dubplates.
Wicked.
Yeah, but we
killed them all, and they're all gone now.
Crazy. And then 2 years later, it's clash time again in Poland.
All right. Yeah, that's the one that he was talking about when we voiced the half of an album of a friend, and that was the best clash in Poland
ever. And you see, this one was the only clash. I mean, not only because with Pablo we also had some rivalry, but it only lasted a month. And with this sound, we lost to them. They actually, Ready for War is the sound that put Pablo's song on an acetate. You know, they just cut the actual dubplate on vinyl from 27 Pablo for us in 2009. It was in Olsztyn, and we had some rough rivalry with them. It's where we got some bad energy during the clash, and then everybody knew we had some bad energy, and there was some trash talking on the internet. And 2 years later, Mattis, which is actually playing on the sound now with us, Splendid, he organized the South Clash in Krakow, and he just took two only sounds that were voicing dubplates in Poland, like on a big scale. And these guys were spending like crazy, They had Shaba, they had Buju, they had Ninja Man back then, which was very expensive. They had Holy Padubs, they spend like crazy. And that was the most hyped clash, and we voiced so many customs, and that was the first clash I ever MC, and that's maybe the fourth time I had my microphone in my hand, because I think he was sick.
No,
I think you had a fever.
We decided that we're gonna
split. But we decided the day of the clash. Yeah, you said you're gonna hype, or whatever. But I mean, so I was mad stressed. The first dubplate I played, and actually I can, because I have some customs prepared, so I can play some customs so you can see the level of the dubs. The first song we started off with was a custom I'm gonna play in a second from Deadly Hunter. I don't know if you heard about this artist. He used to tour Eastern Europe like crazy. He's a wicked artist, a good friend of ours. But he was famous in Eastern Europe, mainly from UK, and they played in their first round a custom against us. And we came with a bigger sound with the first round. And trust me, my legs, I was blocking out after the first song. And then I just got a hype because I got it forward. So yeah, I'm just going to play this one, so you can hear what we used to play.
Ready for war, Liga. Splendid sound. Come for kick down the blood clot door for sure. They should know. I want them to talk about. I mean, my original Deadly Hunter on the ends again. Big up the one like Cartoon. That's right. One like Kuyava. He must strip on. Yeah. You know, I go look and tell some boy. I clash thing this. So we tell him. What we say? Ready for war, Splendid Sound. One kill you. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Red Iron strap and go and kill you. Yes, he will. Oh, yes, he will. Felix Cartoon go and kill you. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. I got a him, I'll go and kill you. Yes, he will. Oh, yes, he will. That's why we sing. Whoa, we are preach to whoever. This Splendid Sound and you're going to get wherever.
We're just playing this to show you the progress and how different it was back in the years, So we had some artists that were new only in Poland, so we voiced them instead of voicing, I don't know, Sizzla or whatever. I mean, we voiced Sizzla, but
that was also
Deadly Hunter was more popular at that time in Poland, so we decided to record him. You can tell that this is not the best custom or whatever. I mean, lyrics-wise.
Yeah, but I mean, for the moment, that was great. Right? We got a huge forward, and that was over 300 people in the club. It was like a super anticipated event for a dancehall scene in Poland, and it was like very well attended, and everybody was just like boiling with hype. So really, that was the best. That was the hey time of Sound Clash in Poland. Like we just got into this because we also built the rivalry. Before we only had like one rivalry, but that they didn't know.
That was the first clash that basically made us voice Jamaican artists.
Yeah, much more. That's true.
We voiced some Jamaican artists for this one, and we just felt that okay, this is the way that we go.
Yeah, big up Norwegian employers. That's all thanks to them.
So
it was good. Well, we took this by landslide, because nobody knew an idea of lock-off in Poland back then. So we won all the rounds like landslide, like really landslide. And then there was a dub fit up, and we took all the songs, but one was like a draw. So it was a massacre, and we never expected this because they spent so much money. They had big customs, but they didn't have a good MC.
And that was.
The MCs didn't know what they were doing.
We remember this one because this is one of few times, if not the only time that we actually got this proper like book counteraction when they play Winner and we play.
No, that was another clash.
That was another clash. No,
that
Derek
was Million Vibes. No, yeah, no.
That was
no, yeah.
They played Winner and we played Loser by the Carriot.
Yeah,
and
that's
that was like counteraction from the book.
It
You know,
fits,
from
it fits there.
Dance
Wicked.
Clash.
Wicked.
Yeah, basic. So yeah, really, that was pure vibes, and yeah, that's good memories, and that's what actually gave us a boost. And nobody really wanted to clash us with dubplates in Poland anymore. That was our last dubplate clash in Poland, 2011.
Wow,
I mean, against Polish Sound at least. We had some 45 clash with Pablo and Sensitive. We won this one as well, but dubplates, nobody kept the pace with us because these guys, they just got angry, they lost, and everybody went their own way. Because there was like a famous hip hop DJ, like a DJ, like a mixer, playing with them. He was the founder of one of the founders of the most known hip hop groups in the beginnings of hip hop in Poland. So he was a big persona back then, like still is, DJ Felix. So he just went with his projects, and DJ War went with his projects. He's a professional DJ. They just split, and we just wiped them off the stage.
Another gun.
So and then since then we could not organize clashes, with sounds or clash foreign sounds.
Wicked. And you say it gave you a boost, and this boost, the first time outside of Poland, is in the year 2012.
Yeah.
You
can imagine the face when I got a call from Tommy Dalla. When Tommy called me and asked, because what's funny, we were not supposed to be on this clash. It was Sensitive. Because City Lock came on tour to Poland half a year before this clash, and the tour was organized by Sensitive, another sound. Like Margos came from Sensitive recently to us, and they asked Sensitive if they want to clash in this clash, and they said they're not ready. But call Splendid, maybe they want to do this, and we said, yeah, why not? What can we lose? Let's just go and see what we can do.
And we were kind of afraid that waiting for you that. So you can ask us for this clash, because this is the the thing that we are not most proud of.
I mean, yeah, it's the most valuable trophy probably that gave us that was the ticket to Europe. Really.
Yeah, but when you hear that after so many years, or what, if you know how to play clash right now, and you hear that we played. I don't know how many split.
No, we played. Imagine
songs.
Our main selector couldn't come with us, so it was two of us, two MCs. So we were like, okay, so I'm gonna do the main MC. He's gonna play and do like the backup MC. So that was the first thing. We had two mics because I was too stressed.
That's how far behind the scene we were in Poland. So we thought it's okay to go on clash and MC on two mics at the same time.
And what we did next, we didn't have all the dubplates on CDs because our selector had them, so we had to burn them. But we didn't have the split in some of the names. So 3 of the dubplates we recorded was splits.
So we played vocal on left side of the clap and rhythm on right side of the clap.
And actually,
people here didn't hear the lyrics, and people there didn't hear the music.
Some of them gave us a point in Dub Dub, so that's incredible. And like we only prepared 2 rounds because we were sure that after 2 rounds, when the first sounds drop out, we're dropping out. We were totally sure. So we had 2 rounds prepared, and the third one was like pure shit. Like really, that was Tony Matterhorn covering, this song for World Cup 2006 in South Africa. So
and last song in Dub Dub.
No, wait, I'm gonna reach this point. I'm telling you about this. No, it's like the third round. So the second round, we played the first round. The second round, everything works for us. We had some people with us, but people love the energy, and we had some nice customs. We had some nice dub plates for the 2 rounds. It was fair and square. We advanced to the third round, but the third one, when we had no songs to play, so we played what we had, like some Tony Matterhorn, Deadly Hunter that was mixed by us. That didn't. I mean, most of the songs didn't really sound well, and we played so shitty that we just finished, and he just went out to drink and smoke cigarettes out of the yum. And then Hakuna Matata play, and they play even shittier than us. There was like the most boring round in Sound Clash ever. So BID was sure they're winning, and then we got voted to the Dub Up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's Coachun? He's smoking outside because he never knew we were gonna play the Dub Up. And I asked somebody to just bring him. He's like, yo, whoa, are we playing? So then we played Dub Up. We were losing like 5-3, and you had to have 6 to win. And BID make a mistake because the selector started playing a song that he played before. So he played back himself by mistake. He just played the intro, but the MC got vexed with him and cussed him, like a little, but cussed him, and people feel the bad vibe. So we in this point, and then just capitulate on this. And the last song we play was John Holt, Tide is High, and the tide is high, but I'm holding on.
Oh.
And then just level the place, and we just took the clash that nobody ever heard about us before, and then we win the trophy, which was kind of by luck, but also by skills. But really, it was totally amateur. Like I was screaming like a dead pig, like I was killing a pig, because I could only build the hype by screaming. I don't know what I mean. I had some speeches, but they didn't really connect, And I'm gonna play you 2 dubplates from this, 2 customs.
I have to
just say
one fun fact. The last dub in Dub Tide is High, was actually the last dub that we had.
2. No, we had Junior Marvin left.
We have Junior Marvin. We had 1 dub in our dub box left. I mean,
we had some Polish dub, but that wouldn't make sense.
If there was a draw or something, we had to play 3 more. Nothing. We could. I mean, we could play Polish dubplate in Polish because we didn't have anything more than that. But it worked. Yeah,
it worked.
Custom.
So we voiced some of the customs, but one of the customs was the first one we voiced from, because we have some artists we love to work when it comes to customs, and one of them is Dr. Evil, aka the Left Side. And what we always love to do about customs is to voice something totally out of the standard. Like you do a song that's never played in a dance or clash, but people know it, and then turn it into custom. So here, what we did with this one. Just here.
Hakuna Matata, Lola no Gosako, Tunumada, Rhythm track. Splendid sound.
You remember this one?
Kill everybody, kill every sound. And if a sound want with splendid sound, we're gonna kill you. And any sound with a name like Big Bamboo, we're gonna kill you. Hear me now? And Lord Kuyama, kill Hakuna Matata. I'm no shoot and miss. We kill a sound where you find another man G-spot. We're gonna kill you. Hear me now? We're not sorry when we kill Ivory. And B.I.D. grave, I go B.I.G. when them a bury.
So trust me, this one just leveled the place, Like nobody was expecting this. Everybody, B.I.D., they were very New York style. They were playing like the righteous way. And so this was a surprise. Nobody ever expected this stuff like that. But another thing we like to do when we clash somewhere, and that's usually not Poland, we like to voice local artists. So we came with a dubplate from a Berlin artist called Bunchata. And he had a big song on a rhythm that, Cartel Rampenshop that was bigging up Berlin, and the clash was in Berlin. And trust me, this one leveled the place as well.
Hakuna Matata, your blood flow like water. G-spot, you don't even exist. Big Bamboo, we raise you too. Ivory, go back to Ebony and make love. A war we come for. And B.I. you get DBI, destroyed in Berlin. I won't shatter. And you're listening to Splendid Sound, Poland's #1. The sound boy get shut down. Whether day or night, Splendid Sound, I kill your soul. Welcome in the Euro Cup clash. Up your mama, we around, and we take the trophy home. Yeah, we rifle longer than your knife. Shotgun boss Hakuna twice. G-spot forget a new spot right between them eyes. Big Bamboo run out of sight. This is Poland on the right. B.I.D. and Ivory, who them have to try. We have a cape on the left, Beretta on the right, Luger on the top, and a Uzi on the side. Black in our pocket and the zig we like. Bazooka ready, figure blow them out like dynamite. And yes, we're proud of the place where we kill. Europe reggae capital, Berlin we feel. And in a young we have guns we refill. Load up the magazine and give them the real deal. Like Podolski, we come and kick them.
like Podolski, we come and kick them, and that's
it's not a cover song. He actually had a big song on this rhythm, and it went just like
yeah. But with Podolski, I don't know if you know it, Nash, maybe because
Yeah.
you are. Podolski is a
Lucas
Polish
Podolski,
guy.
right?
Yeah, but he played for Germany, but he's a Polish guy. He comes from Zabrze.
Yeah.
Silesia. So that was even a twist in the song that we're like, in Germany, but the Polish striker killing. Yeah, that was just level the place.
Wicked. And you ended up winning that one.
Yeah, and that was like
they actually lost it.
Yeah, they lost it. We didn't win this. We lost it. So yeah, it was funny, but that was the ticket for us to go anywhere abroad. We started traveling like Stuttgart. We play in Berlin, we play in Munich, we play in Frankfurt, we play in Italy. A lot of just juggling dances because we were new. There was something fresh, and like nobody expected this. So yeah, it's a blessing, but it's funny to remember this because obviously there were clashes. We were happy about our performance, but this one is far from happy. Like really, really. Looking at this from the perspective, of course, because we were super hyped after the clash, right?
Yeah. So 2012 isn't done yet. Splendid Sound clashing again at the South Clash 1v1 versus Million Vibes from Sweden.
Yeah.
Please tell us about
Million
this clash.
When you look at the posters, it's always the same guys. There's always Pablo and Margos Sensitive, and that's what we were saying before, that there were like 5 sounds in this country, and these 5 sounds just worked on the scene.
Yeah.
All around,
No, but this clash was we were defending champions after killing Ready for War a year back.
Yeah.
Matis wanted to do something international, capitalize on our hype after the Euro Cup clash, which in Poland was a big thing. Like people really appreciated our win. And Million Vibes clashed Piniwali in Czech Republic a while before. So they had a link in Eastern Europe, and they were willing to show off like with some dubs because they have a big dub box.
Yeah.
And when they came to Poland, it was a 1-versus-1 clash, and the rounds weren't too long because we didn't have too many dub plates, but still it were too long for us to play 1-versus-1. So 2 of the first rounds we lost, and the third round we gained back the momentum, and Dubfidub we won. So we won this clash fair and square.
Yeah.
And it was even to the extent that they had to count people in the crowd. And we won like one by one. It was like 150 people maybe in the audience left for Dubfidub.
Yeah.
And they were counting by one, and we won like 3 votes, maybe something like that. It was very close.
Okay.
But the song that actually turned the momentum into our favor was the first time we worked with an artist called Benetton the Menace. And in my opinion, this artist is on a level of ingenuity when it comes to dub plates. I'm not saying lyrics. Tarantula is a lyrical master, but he's close lyrically. But when it comes to vibe, is the only artist that can, work with the ideas that we have. And when we clashed Million Vibes from Sweden, what's the first band you think when it comes to Sweden? What's the first musical band?
Of course, I'm all right.
So here, what we did with this one.
Boy, Splendid Sound tonight. That sound I got dead, Our tune.
It's the same thing, the surprise that you get.
Animal. What them say shape on? I want to them fool or them a jump on. Benny time the menace, rhythm up. Hey, Splendid Sound. What them say Poland? Rots love. Them fool I got dead, they don't know what am I talking about. You see that fool over there, son? That firm a Million Vibes. Your sound I got dead. Sound I got blood clot dead. Splendid Sound, use this dub and chop off your head. Chop off your blood clot head. Look at us now. Will you ever learn right about now? Coach, you not gonna lose control. Cause tonight we gon' kill your soul. Million Vibes looking like a fucking Viking. Splendid Sound tonight we are gonna kill everything. Whoa, we guarantee ya. 10 million vibes are gonna dead. Bye, pack up your sound and leave ya. We guarantee ya. 10 million vibes are gonna die. Bye, pack up your sound and leave ya.
And the thing is that you don't have to write lyrics for him.
Yeah,
You just
you just give him like some guidelines, and
Yeah,
actually he even started DJing on the rhythm afterwards. You know, it's like he's DJing his part, like
Okay.
you know, in a ragamuffin style.
Yeah,
But
man. Good job.
yeah, but we also voiced some, you know, like more sensible dubplate. We voiced Tarantula for the first and only time, I think, on custom. And that was also like on a reggae rhythm, so it was surprising for these times because everybody just voiced him on some, you know, slow, you know, background
New York
rhythms,
style,
New
yeah.
York style rhythms, and we took a modern root rhythm for him. So yeah, I'm gonna play one more.
This is Splendid Blood Clot Sound. Now don't play some fool I draw. Now I'm to them. Yeah, Shepherd. Cool, man. This is Tarantula, the man Spider representing. Yeah. Woo. This is Splendid Sound. Yeah. Man Spider. Oh, so big up the whole of Poland. Krakow. Warsaw. Kurva. Yeah. So when you think about bad things from Sweden, you don't think about million vibes. Only thing we bad from Sweden in a dance hall, and the artist name Million Styles. Yo, cheap and regular like IKEA. Free this Splendid's not a good idea. Could I drive up in the dance in a Volvo, shape and shoot up that bomber. Yeah, well, this is our slogan. You're dead from your this in a Poland. The youth them from Krakow, them the big night about. Million vibes for dead now.
Yo, we're not gonna take it too long just to get a, you know, get a vibe, you know.
Yeah. Wicked, man. So 2015 was the next clash after that. 3 years later. This
Yeah,
time it was Austria.
Yeah, we had a 3 years break.
Yeah.
I don't know. We did a lot of juggling, but no clash offers came, and that was the first one from Invasion Sound. It's our brethren from Austria, from Innsbruck.
Yeah.
We played some juggling dances before with them, so they did their own concept, Live and Let Die, in Innsbruck. It was a very nice clash as well. And yeah, I mean, this one doesn't have too much history. We were leading for the most of the clash. Ended up in fit up with Irish Sound, and yeah, won it nice, you know, fair and square. That was the clash we voiced the most customs for one clash. We had 7 customs for this clash because we just kept on having new ideas and just like one idea after another, and we said like, yeah, why not, and it ended up with a Dr. Evil custom that we paid the most for and got booed for this.
Oh.
But you see, that's this is a James Bond theme clash, you know. So the idea we got is to call Benetton, of course, and we gave him the instrumental from James Bond, Live and Let Die. That was the theme song of James Bond to voice a custom, you know. So yeah, I mean, it was a nice clash. It has a lot of vibes and some controversy as well. And it was not that we were leading all clash. The third round was Irish Sound by far, you know, by far. But some of the dubs got huge forwards, and yeah, that was a really nice one.
Irish Sound, then you are dead in the war. Magic Touch, then you are dead in the war. Irish Sound, then you are dead in the war. Splendid Sound, you know, tell them. We live and let die. Splendid Sound, kill you tonight. We murder Irish Sound, until where Magic Touch slide. Who do we live and let die? Splendid Sound, kill you tonight. And we don't give a fuck. First of all, Irish Sound, select a name Dr. fucking Clown. So now we are gonna kill it in a Innsbruck town. And you should have never messed with Splendid Sound. Come to violence, we shoot first. Them draw last, end up in a hearse. These sound boys should have done a research. If you are the doctor, then I are the nurse. No time for kill Magic Touch Sound. Boy, you ball like baby in the 4th round. You remember the North Lights clash? Selector from Magic Touch named Junior. What's our school here? Yo, what kind of name is Magic Touch? Magic Tits? What the fuck? Idiot sound name that change it up. Like, I don't know. Magic sucks. Fire the copper. Them play a lot of fuckers. So tell them I suck out them mother. 6 million ways with that. Which one you rather before me kill you? Call your mama and your dada.
And imagine sending him a rhythm and just hoping it's gonna be okay, and then you
crazy.
It worked out well. We connected.
I mean, right now, I don't think we would dare to do this with any other artist, or
Maybe Left Side.
maybe Left Side.
Yeah, Left Side is one of the artists.
So
that
like
can-
you just send a random rhythm that maybe they know, maybe they like, you don't know, and he just gonna do something, and you don't know still. And
But but for this clash, we also voiced another funny song, like totally not expected. And I mean, I love to play that type of customs because we, of course, voice some reggae and dancehall customs. But in a show like this, we want to just show some curiosities, let's say.
Different things.
So there was one hip hop song that was big.
Fuck.
That was big. And imagine, I was in my honeymoon with my wife, and that was a month before this clash. And I was writing lyrics on a bus so that I didn't like waste the time together, like having headphones and just writing it on my not on my mobile phone. And I had some wicked lyrics for this dub, and I sent it to the artist, and it never cared. You know, he just voiced his vocals, and lyrics, which are shit. They make like no sense at all. But the song is hype, so we decided to play it as well. So half of the people gave us forward, half of the people gave us boo.
And you remember the song for sure.
Yeah, but you would never think about it.
Yo, Mr. Innsbruck, tonight 2 sound I get lock off, you know. Irish sound I got dead. Swiss cunt I got dead. I do my sniff cocoa, you know, and I eat the choco. Blood clot to them. Irish sound them freaking a blood clot. All them bored every time them see girl them along out them tongue. But them having fun. You got dead. Them all a drink girl pee-pee. Them all got dead. Irish sound them sniff cocoa. And them man yam the girl them choo-choo. Irish sound them too freaky. Magic touch a drink pee-pee.
So bad. I don't know why we're doing it.
No, but really, I had some wicked lyrics. I was super proud of it, and he just gave us this. Magic toots, I drink pee-pee. That's a punchline. That's super high. Big up, you know, big selector, but yeah.
So 2015 isn't done yet. It's all about the knockout clash after that against Biomassa and Frenchy in Switzerland.
Yeah, that's a clash. That's probably the only clash abroad when we got kicked off first.
Yeah,
we couldn't get a vibe at all. We couldn't really get the massive. Biomassa and Frenchy just were way ahead. So we dropped out first. Yeah, but it was a nice experience. That was the only time we played in Switzerland, and they played the Juggling Dance before. That was 2 weeks after my first daughter was born. So yeah, my whole thoughts were somewhere else. But yeah, I fly there for the clash only. They went to the juggling night before, and well, yeah, that was a clash that didn't go well.
Yeah, and
understand.
Yeah, big up Biomassa. But again, we voiced a good Benetton. I'm gonna play it later. But we also I wanna give you some taste of Polish artists, because we often, for the customs we don't wanna spend too much. Let's be honest. So when we voice Tarantula, Benetton, or Left Side, of course you gotta spend money, but not like thousands of dollars. But we also try to work with local artists to deliver something else. So this is when Adele's song "Sorry" was big, and we're the first ones to play it as a cover dubplate with the Polish artist Lena Romul. And I really like this one, so I just wanted to play a piece of it. Yeah, that's how we started.
Hello, it's splendid. I am coming down to survey to kill this two idiot sounds. Be a mess, you're a clown. Splendid sound can't fake kill you, yeah, and you gon' be bred in exile. Fanchase, can you hear me? You're in Switzerland, a treatment by the trophy right here. It's so precious and a big. But when we start to play our dubs, they gonna lock you off your feet. Such a difference between us and the thousand. Hello from the eastern side. been there till you never gonna crash.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like we always like to have like an intro with some
Yeah,
some
because we
song.
always need something like an intro for a round or whatever, and
Yeah.
you can start by playing reggae, or you can start it different. And we always, and this is like we do it almost every clash. We try to voice something different at the beginning, so it can develop during the beginning of the clash. And it works with people that can sing well, and they can sing songs that we cannot voice, like Adele or dead artists or whatever. So,
yeah,
it's a good thing. I mean, big up to all our friends that voiced for us. Also.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's the last Benetton we're gonna play. But really, that's my favorite, custom artist. And when you have a knockout clash, it's like the boxing was the main theme. There's one song that comes to your mind, but we also did the intro with Benetton. We asked him to do the intro like this. So hear this one.
Yo, Jack Frost. Right now, it's all about the knockout clash. In one corner, you have the featherweight Swiss vice champion Biomassa. In the other corner, you can find a real German Paralympics debutant from Germany, Splendid Sound. And last but not least, the strongest Eastern spirit, the real sound killer with a record of 5 straight sound clash kills in a row. Splendid Sound with man like Coachun, Mattis, Danimal, Shepan. Read him up. Knockout clash. I want to them fool a Splendid Sound. Them can't play no belly time. I put them on the ground. Jack Frost, right now. Splendid Sound a die. Biomassa Sound a die. Splendid gonna lock you up tonight. Right now. Splendid Sound a die. Biomassa Sound a die. Splendid Sound gonna lock you up tonight. Kill them blood clot. Splendid Sound. Your dub box is weak. Pack up your song, go back to Germany. We understand this is your first clash as well, but you're trying to sound like Supersonic and Sentinel. Biomassa from Switzerland, we're going like you are Batman. Did you hear what we did to BID and Magic Turn? Them should have sent Rob Parker, send my gosh son, cause the dubs that you parody so. Jack Frost.
It's funny to hear that after so many years. I still remember the lyrics.
So then, moving along now to 2016, it goes back to Austria for King of the Mountain Sound Clash.
Yeah.
Treasure Isle, Big Mama Sound.
Yeah, that was a trip with so many adventures, but
every time I don't go, they lose.
Yeah, we lost this one in Dub Dub, but I mean, fair and square, big up, Big Mama. It's a lot of soundmen don't want to clash female sounds, and we just treat it as a part of entertainment and as a bonus. And we're a sound that's not afraid of losing. We don't treat this as sports that we have a record of only straight wins, because even a good lose, in a good clash is a great promotion. And for us, it's also important because we earn money with juggling for Dubplates. We try not to spend too much from our own pocket,
Mm-hmm.
So
at all.
Well, of course, the balance is on the low, on the red numbers, but compared to many soundmen, it's not so much. So we were not afraid of this, and we were actually looking forward. And Treasure Isle didn't make sense at all. I mean, big up Treasure Isle, big up Tom Tom. Is a sound with great foundation dub box and great knowledge of music, but no idea how to clash in modern times. I mean, in the 80s, that could have worked. So there were like people didn't really get this. So a lot of people left. Only some of the fans stayed and stuff. So yeah, we lost fair and square, but there was also some good vibe. Actually, that was the clash. I remember the counteraction. I got the worst counteraction in my life when they played Cobra Flex, a regular dubplate on us. It says Flex, some boy not get sex. About some disses we said that they're women or stuff, and like the place just get a level. But we also voiced some noise customs. First one we played was where is that? Fuck. I'm gonna play another one and look for the other for this one in a second. So we played some nice customs. We lost this one, but that was a great trip. It was a part of the festival. That was the first edition of the Hill Vibes Festival.
It took place this year as well.
Yeah, in Telfs, close to Innsbruck. That was sold out. It was wicked vibes. You have mountains around, and yeah, that was a very nice vibe. So we have good memories of it. And this dubplate is also from Polish artists called Honabibe. Nobody can pronounce this apart from us, I know. But it's a group of people that started as beatboxers. So they
They were actually European beatboxing champions.
Yeah, or vice champion. But yeah.
Not all?
Yeah.
Die tonight. Die tonight.
And it's all beatboxing, yeah.
Thursday night has come, and the sound will die. Splendid is the last sound they will see. No, I won't hesitate. No, I won't wait a while. 'Cause tonight, treasure Isle does them lie. Oh, Mowgli, die tonight. Oh, you will die tonight. Oh, you will die. You will die. You will die. Oh, Mowgli, die tonight. Oh, you will die tonight. Oh, tonight.
All right.
So yeah, this one was all beatboxing, so it was just like a kind of curiosity. But one dubplate we voiced that had some controversy, and obviously it's just sound clash. Anything goes, and you do stuff for the people, for controversy, for some hype, some forwards. So we got a huge forward for this, but we were sure we were gonna get counteracted for this one, and fair and square we did, and we got our asses kicked. But we had to play this one, and trust me, when the artist at Dr. Ringding, we actually mentioned it. You know, Richie is a good friend of ours. He voiced a lot of customs for us, a lot of dubplates. He's been to Poland a million times, and we told him to voice this one. He was like laughing his ass off. He said he couldn't voice because it was so funny for him. So yeah, here it is.
Well, all right, they might be big mamas, but they're definitely a small drum pan sound. Tonight we're looking for a king. I know gal can be a king, as far as I know. The king of the mountain is gonna be Splendid Sound. And you, big mama, listen and stick around. Splendid Sound with a crown, ringing say that. Clash is a man's world. Clash is a man's world. So there is nothing like a female sound killer.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just for fun, you know. It's all
Yeah, I
you know,
like
you can say anything, you can do anything. I mean, of course, there's some limits to things, but you know what I'm saying. You know, we're just playing with a convention, and I mean, they were announced as an all-female sound, so
Yeah.
you gotta touch upon the subject, if you know what I mean. Yeah?
Entertainment.
Yeah, man, entertainment for real, you know. And I mean, even though we knew we were gonna get counteracted, we just wanted to do this for the sake of entertainment, you know.
Yeah. And later on that same year, tag team clash, Splendid and Sensitive representing Poland versus Forster and OSF from Austria, Uprising Reggae Festival.
He was there.
Yeah. Tell us about this.
That was a festival clash, so it's completely different vibes. And Forster is actually no.
You know DJ Small.
It's Small from Jugglers.
Yeah.
So we actually clashed him and
Diaz from OSF.
Yeah, Diaz from
but
OSF.
Small used to play 4-star.
Yeah.
Before he joined
joined
Jugglers.
Jugglers. Actually, he joined Jugglers just after this clash.
Yeah.
And Splendid, we call the sound Splendid and Sensitive. It's Splendid. We are friends from way back. and it was a different vibe because it's a festival clash, so you can do completely different things. You can have more fun on stage. You can play easier tunes. You don't have to play like New York style.
Yeah, we could play 45. So we played some 45 as well.
45,
we played some local artists on 45. But that was also a clash with like the funnest adventure we had ever.
Yeah. And we had a friend, our friend from Russia. Actually.
Yeah, Stepa Style. A wicked DJ, a good friend of ours. You know, big up Stepa anytime.
And we asked him to join us on stage and play a custom live.
Yeah, because that was like anything goes clash. So we wanted to have like an element of surprise. Yeah. The thing is that he performed a couple of hours before and got a bottle of rum for himself only.
Yeah.
So when he entered the stage, well, he was barely standing, like literally barely standing. His eyes were looking two different directions, you know.
But he did perform.
Yeah, he tried to perform, but that was poor, and that was a bad idea. But we never knew it was gonna go so bad.
Yeah.
So when they that was like the round before Dubplate. When their round comes, they bring an Austrian artist on stage that was sober, apparently. He just killed it, you know. He just diss us, and they just get forward after forward after forward, you know. So that was pure vibes, and the element of a surprise was there. And we finally won this one. We got the trophy after the Dubplate, but then we go to backstage. And and they start fighting, you know. So some people get kicked out of the backstage, you know, like a freezer got broken, like a freeze, you know, like a mayhem. And we were just like standing outside, like, what the fuck happened, you know? So yeah, we tried to separate them. Everybody go their own way. Nobody get hurt, but. Yeah, there was so much controversy after this, you know. And the Massive didn't see the actual controversy. They just saw a drunk guy on stage, the other guy, drunk guy dissing him. But Stepa was so drunk that he couldn't control himself. So, yeah, things got, you know, turned sour. But but it was wicked. I enjoyed this clash a lot, you know.
Yeah, and then you play different on Festival Clash, which we will come back to when we will be talking about the latest one.
All right.
And we can go about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can just leave the customs alone from this one. We didn't have anything that interesting, so let's just move on.
Okay. Then 2017, it goes back to Germany for the Euro Rumble against Biomassa, Safari, Northern Lights, Irie Crew.
That was the best clash we ever lose. I mean, if you think about the clashes that you love, I mean that you remember, that you liked, that was fun and a rivalry was wicked. This is the one that you remember. That it's, if you think about your best clash or the clash that you remember well, and it doesn't matter if you won or you lost. This is the one to remember for us. I mean,
for real.
Yeah,
for real.
okay,
But I mean, you know, as a kid, we started, you know, listening to world clashes like you know, it's like Barcelona against Real Madrid, you know. For the youths from Poland, when we had no sound clash, no like understanding of this, that was like a different planet, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then we get a chance like Chin and Mattia decide to invite us, and of course, like in Euro Cup, we were the total underdog. Maybe Biomassa was the bigger underdog, you know, like that was Warrior, that was Irie Crew, that was Safari, and then Northern Lights, you know, our closest family in the business.
It's like Champions League, you know.
Yeah,
you got
correct.
Barcelona, Real Madrid, and then Śląsk Wrocław.
Yeah. So imagine the Śląsk Wrocław gets to the final. In the meantime, leading like the round before the Dubplate, it was us, Northern Lights, and Warrior, and like the whole round we're dissing Mattia, and forward after forward after forward in his own club. Like really, it's an amazing feeling. And then we played one of the Dubplates that we got the biggest forward in our lives. I'm gonna play it in a second.
Yeah.
And then we reached Dubplate, and you know, we win 1 point, they win 1 point with Northern Lights. Win 1 point, they win 1 point, and that was 5-4 for them. 6 tunes win. And you know what we decided to play? Mafia.
Yeah, I did. It's my fault. It's my fault. We had this vibe behind the decks that nobody had an idea what to do.
Yeah.
Like we were searching for a tune and just scrolling to the computer, and I just said, all right, fuck it,
because we knew we could lose. That was the last song theoretically.
And
Yeah,
I just took it on me, and I
Yeah.
said, okay, let's play Mafia
against an Italian sound.
and we played the Mafia against the Italian sound. Actually, we've been on Rototom last month with Northern Lights.
And since then we're the closest family.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's no sound in the business that we're closer with than Northern Lights after this clash, you know. But yeah, we get kicked and we're
they
so
played,
close,
and,
you know.
on Rototom they played Mafia live on stage, and we just looked at each other with Michelle from Northern Lights. Like, this is her favorite tune and this is our tune, you know, from that final round, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a great clash with a lot of vibe and like, you know, changing moods for everybody. Big up Northern Lights, they took it, but the biggest forward for the night was our custom. And again, that's a custom we couldn't afford. We would never be able to afford the original artist, although he records Dubplate. So we took like artist Jovi Dupree, big artist, big producer, but nobody knows about him. And he voiced this for us for $100, and it just got leveled the place.
Hear me, son, and Jovi Dupree represent for the baddest sound in the clash right now. Splendid Sound, you know the tingo, right? And the strongest Eastern spirit, this from Poland. You don't know the tingo, you know. Wrocław, you know the tingo. The whole place loud right now. Because when you drop this, every sound dead. Cartoon, Matties, Shapan, you know the thing set. A murder when this drop. Tonight is a night when you people gonna decide who's gonna represent Europe in New York at world class. A time for the younger sound them represent, and the police are ready to clash in the mecca of sound clash. You know, a murder. Joke free. Splendid Sound, kill them. Splendid Sound, I go kill them. Woo. You drink Henny, I drink vodka pure. That's the famous Splendid Vine. Eastern spirits killing 5 sounds tonight. Welcome the Polish sound in New York. We kill warrior in a Imona yard. Northern Lights, you are go die. You go rumble, we go win and play the world class in New York. Oh, we kill Smokey and we kill Dirty Matty and we kill all sounds in Wuppertal.
I remember Chin was standing like, all right, that was a good idea. I mean, he has this look, like he was thinking, that wasn't the worst idea to invite this, you know?
Yeah.
And I think everybody thought it was Shinehead, but it wasn't. But I mean, we came with the idea. Okay, we actually, at the end of the day, we're covering Sting. We didn't cover, you know, Shinehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a big forward. But there's one more custom I wanted to play from this clash. We always wanted to voice him on the Dubplate before, because he was a big. He came with some hype on YouTube. He was a YouTube artist from Canada.
He had some viral tunes on YouTube.
Yeah, his name was Lucas Di Pascala, and then we took him for the intro for this clash. And I really like this one because he's with the acoustic guitar singing Popcorn in a custom Dubplate version.
You remember this? There was a white guy singing Jamaican tunes. Yeah.
Dubplate strong in a me box like a Samsung. Me speeches burn them like cancer. Lock off 5 sounds in the rumble. Matthias Ram night gon' get cancelled. Cause the war have to take on. Cause Michelle clothes fi take off. Give me the trophy and fuck off. And for New York soon I gotta take off, yeah. King Turbo them a wait for me. Police youths them a make a story. Drinking vodka, that's a man I say. From the trophy, hey, yow.
And if you think about it, we were always up to the time. I mean, we tried to always to voice something that was popular at the time of the clash. And this is
and also we write all the lyrics apart from ones like Left Side or Benetton or Tarantula. All the other customs we write the lyrics totally. So they always work with the we have some idea how to approach a clash and how to approach a sound, so that works in line with the idea we have, and also touches upon some subjects. You might have heard it says that King Turbo await Fiwi.
Wait for us.
Yeah, but not only they were the world class champion. We had a beef with Ricky on European Sound Clash Fraternity, which is a totally insider stuff. But who goes to those clashes? Insiders, nerds, like Sound Clash fans. And this beef with Ricky, whom I respect a lot, and we had no more beef between us, but we had some bad words cussed at each other at one conversation. So that also touched upon a subject that was, a bit of a issue among people who listen to that stuff, to go to clashes, right? So that was the idea.
Nice. So then 2018 Euro Rumble, they get the call again. Chin like
we did. Yeah, we also made it to the Dub Up, but that was much more difficult clash for us.
I mean, in Dub we were this close to going to New York.
Yeah, surprisingly, because most of the clash, D-Bus was just killing everybody.
Yeah.
They were way ahead throughout. I mean, there was one round that we took that made us.
They had this idea of 45 round where you can where you draw
a topic mystery round.
Like mystery round, yeah. And we took it by far.
By far, that's the round that we got the most forward in our lives for, I think.
Yeah, and if you think about if you ask us what's your favorite round in Clash, that was the one without Dubplate.
No, that was just forward after forward after forward after forward. It was just pure fire. So,
and we were this close to winning, and this one felt much worse than the last one.
Yeah, although it was much harder because in the first Euro Rumble we were kind of leading throughout the whole clash. I mean, we were having vibe, and in this clash we were struggling for the first two rounds. I mean, not struggling to drop out. We were not close to dropping out, but that was not really, cruising as it was, year before. So when we got to Dub, we had some, and D-Bus made some mistakes in Dub. Like really, we won the Dub, but when you take the whole clash into consideration, they were probably better. So fair and square, they went to World Clash, but again, that was so close. If it was only for these two rounds, we would have wiped them up. But yeah, big up D-Bus because that was well deserved.
For real, yeah, big up D-Bus. 2018 now, the next stop for Splendid was Salento Summer Clash, hosted by Rafa of Heavy Hammer. Big up Rafa, man. Against Pushman and Biomasa.
Again.
Yeah, that's probably the clash with the biggest audience we had ever.
It was kind of like festival.
No, but I mean, that was the clash only. But this clash was organized like a festival, like an outdoor thing. That was like a parking lot outside of the city, like a small town in Salento, southern Italy, and they just put everything themselves. That everything was DIY stuff. They put a big stage.
You kind of feel like in Jamaica where you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Out in the outskirts.
And the
and
country.
Everything is the DIY. Except maybe the stage and sound. No.
Yeah, I mean the stage was professional, the sound was professional, but I'm saying like they have their food stalls, they had their beer stalls
from all around.
Yeah. Everybody drunk and drive, The Italians, the mad, We are the drinking people in Poland, but we never drive when we drunk. And the people in Italy, we had some crazy stories. But that's not the thing. So, yeah, that was a very nice clash. And we won it also quite an easy way. Biomasa got eliminated first. Pushman won the first round. We won the rest of the rounds, I think. It was nice vibe because it was probably around 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a huge turnout. And I mean, they were expecting that kind of turnout. It's not that it was surprising, but the vibes was there. And I think we voiced one of the funniest Dubplates ever for this clash. For us. I mean, no, we got a huge forward for this one. That's what won us the second round. Again, going for a local artist in a local language, And what's even funnier, we took a song that's sung in a Napoli accent, and we took an artist from Napoli to voice it. I mean, that was a coincidence, to voice it in his accent in Italian. So I'm gonna play an Italian dubplate right now, but you gotta feel the vibe, and you gotta imagine how all the Italian massive that not always understand the English lyrics that well, how they got this one, you know. So wait a second. There you go. Big up Pinch.
Hey, Splendid Sound. Pushman. Portate in solo, accenda una rete. Ti atteggi a leggenda, ma tu stai inguaiata. Passa scampanian giù in Salento. Con manu a Peking.
You get the vibe, yeah?
Pushman vuole fare giamaicano, giamaicano, giamaicano.
And we don't understand it.
No, but that's about, you know, Pushman imitating the Jamaicans, and it's also kind of personal because Pushman used to be a pizzaiolo, and Pinch is dissing him like, you better go do pizza instead of playing Clash and stuff like that. So we got a translation before, and we actually got even big up Tony from Calibandulu. Calibandulu is clashing soon, and Tony is a good friend of ours. He played with us in Poland back in the days, and we met a lot of times in Italy. So he gave us even like a little dictionary of Italian curse words for this clash to curse them in Italian, you know. So yeah, we were prepared, you know. My Italian back then was on a good level, you know. Mavate papanculo, stuff like that. You know? That caused them in Italian, and the Italian must have loved this, you know.
Yeah. And the last clash now for 2018, back to Germany. Keep It Real Sound clash against Sensi Movement.
Yeah, that's your clash, bro.
Fuck. That's the worst clash that we ever won. Or if you look at it from the other hand, they lost it. They lost this clash. I mean,
but way worse than BID lost it.
Yeah. But still, I played it with Matis. I was on the mic. Matis was selecting, and we got just beaten during the rounds. You know, we lost the rounds. Except the rounds that were about the speech, because there was like a
dub fit up in the middle of the clash.
Dub fit up in the middle of the clash. So you could talk a lot and introduce your dub plates and everything, and we took the rounds that were based on talking, on speeches, because music wise, I mean dub plate wise, we just got beaten. We had no bullets for them.
Yeah, and you played a 45 round, like half of the round was 45s, and not a single forward.
Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, I didn't have this confidence that you have on Clash, that you should have on Clash, because you know, some MCs, they thrive on music. Some MCs thrive on energy, and I thrive on energy. And if you don't get this, the first dubplate, second dubplate right, and you got no forwards, you just go down and go lower and lower.
He always lights up a cigarette, then, you know.
Yeah, and I light up a cigarette. I start to brush my beard, and you can tell that I'm nervous, you know. And I could see that they see that we are nervous, you know, and we are kind of losing it. But we got our confidence back when it came to speeches and introducing the tunes, and then dub feed up again. So it's all about the how you introduce your dub and how you diss them, and I could tell that they were kind of angry because they won the rounds, but they lost the clash.
Okay.
And to be fair, that was the worst clash that I played ever. And it's good we won it.
But you know, it's karma. You know, we lost some clashes we should have won. We won some clashes we should have lost. So yeah, what goes around comes back around.
And it's again so that the thing is that this clash was supposed to be a festival clash, something different. In years before, they had like festival clashes
on the main stage.
On the main stage that were kind of funny, and it was
Yeah, but no, but that was
Spider.
Sonic against Magash. That was
Yeah.
Warrior against Bass
Yeah, but
Odyssey.
it was like more like friendly clashes than real and serious clashes. And this one was on the other stage, and we both took it serious. So it was on festival, but on a sound clash stage. So it's a kind of different thing, you know.
Now, but big up Sensei Movement, you know,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
still
yeah,
good friends.
yeah.
We played together in Poland, you know, way back in 2006 or 7, you know, we invited them. So, you know, we've been friends, you know, but so you go, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Very true. 2019 now, we're crossing the pond to clash in London at a thing called Clash Mania against Infinity UK and Music Master.
Again, I didn't go, they lost.
That's one of the clashes I said, the karma is there, you know, because that's one of the clashes we just could have took our laptop and just leave the clash and nobody would say we lost it. You know, we just locked them up. But the promoters said, tune for tune. And in a tune for tune, they played Dwayne Stevenson against some of the big songs we play, and they just got the point because they get massive with them, you know? So that's the clash I was pissed off the most after losing, because I never thought we would have lose. We were just cruising. And but that was a nice adventure, you know, to play in UK. It's a different crowd, it's a different vibe, and it was great to see we could do this as well, because you get used to it, a European crowd, but you know, different crowds, Europe and, you know, Jamaica, New York and UK, these are different crowds, and you got to adjust to play for everybody. So in this clash, it worked really well for us, and I don't know how we lost it. I have no idea how we lost it, but for some reason we lost it. Yeah, you live and you learn, you know.
So it goes.
You learn about bias the hard way.
Yeah. Next time I'm in UK, I'm just, you know, taking the trophy and leaving, you know, if I'm leading a fight like that, because like fuck it, you know, no dub fit up for the losers. And I mean, Big Up Infinity is a big sound when it comes to juggling. I really like the energy the MC had with the selecta, and like the, you know, they had the understanding. They play together every week. But Dubplates, 30% of the Dubplates were splice. How many Infinity dubs do you have in the world, Like, you know, we had people from UK linking us, like saying, you know where they get their dubs from, right? You know this Infinity from Japan or Infinity from somewhere. So yeah, big up the energy and the juggling, but clash-wise, we just smashed them. So it really hurt us a lot to lose this one. But yeah, it was a nice trip. Next night we played in Birmingham, and 3 people turned out in the juggling. So yeah,
next up now, 2019, back to Italy for Warriors in the Area Sound Clash against Sound Valley Movement from Germany.
Yeah, that's the second clash that hurt me the most when it comes to losing. And well, this one we didn't deserve the luck to take a luck off, because that was 4 rounds before the dub fit up, and we take the 3 rounds, the 3 last rounds. But the first round we were leading because we played the second. So Mike from Sound Valley played his first round. He got some decent forwards, but we came and we got some bigger forwards. Maybe not a huge difference, but bigger forwards. And then the rule said, if you start a song before the end of the time, you can play it. But of course, we overdid it because we started with the custom dubplate 10 seconds before the end of the round. So the MC got vexed with us and just cut our song in the meantime. And there was some controversy. We started, you know, like we got vexed, and he got vexed, and the Massive got vexed, and the vibe got kind of, you know, shady, and the people voted Mike for the first round. And then we had to do the dub fit up, and in dub fit up, yeah, we got beaten. He just chose the right songs, and we couldn't find the right songs. We couldn't find the pace after like leading the whole clash. It's a bad feeling. I don't know if you noticed, but when you lead the whole clash and you go to the dub fit up, it's very hard to maintain the momentum, because everybody just, you know, it's like a reset. People start forgetting what you played during the round, how you led the rounds, and everybody get the same chance. You just play 1 versus 1, 1 versus 1. And well, sometimes it's just one bad choice. You lose the momentum, and the whole clash is lost. And that's what happened to us. And fair and square, we got beaten in the dub fit up. But the whole clash should have been locked off easily, you know. Not this one stupid custom we didn't even have to play. It was a Dr. Ringling cover of House of Rising Sun. You know, I'm not even gonna play this one. Not that it's bad, but I mean, it was not necessary to play this, but we really wanted to do this. And then there was this controversy and stuff, and the vibe just went down, and like we lost it. So yeah, it happens, you know. And that's probably the biggest clash we ever got invited to when it comes to like the, apart from Euro Rumble maybe, but that's a clash with tradition and like been happening for years and years, and had some wicked lineups. And well, no disrespect to Sound Valley, but Bomchilom idea was to invite some bigger sound and have us as like the underdog. So we had some sounds from US they were talking to. They had some sounds from big sounds from Europe they were talking to. Everybody said no. Nobody wanted to clash Splendid. I don't know what. There was Japanese sounds where they were talking to. There were maybe 8 sounds before Sound Valley was on the bill. And well, Mike never hesitated. He just took the clash and won it fair and square. And big up Mike. You know, Sound Valley is also friends of ours. It's funny, a lot of sounds that we know best in business is people we clashed. So there's never like bad feeling. Not only lost, we also won. Some of them like Big Bamboo, Big Up Bamboo, G Spot, you know. Enough sounds we are friends with. We just clashed. But for this one, that was supposed to be like a chance for us to clash a big sound. And well, it never materialized, and we eventually lost it. So yeah, it's a pity, you know.
And then your final clash for 2019 was against Stereo Steppers in Sweden.
How many clashes we played in 2019?
Yeah, that was
5.
No, in 2018 was
Three.
3. Oh.
3. Yeah.
That was the we were talking about the wickedest clash before this show. Like what was the best clash for us, and we think that this was maybe was the best one.
Now, when it comes to vibes, it was just incredible because it was only Sound Clash fans. And, well, maybe the turnout wasn't, like, huge, but it was 150, maybe 200 people.
And the idea of the clash was that we had separate sound systems. So we had our own Swedish sound.
Big belly sound.
Big belly sound with the old speakers and everything, the whole tower. And they had their own Swedish sound. With
that was Topaz, I think, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward. Sorry,
fast forward and big belly. Yeah. So 2 different sound systems and 2 different sounds clashing each other with no rules at all.
No host,
no nothing. Just you know, vibing between each one another, and without I mean.
Yeah, there was an intro round without the MC, which was also new for us, which was super vibesy, and I don't know. I was just cruising like the whole night. I was just feeling well, and the people gave you forwards. They gave them forwards.
Yeah, you don't care about how the clash is going. The vibe is just there.
Yeah.
So you play around and you just pass the mic and you say, okay, you can go. And
yeah, you actually do the final voting by yourself. Me and Joy, we do the voting ourselves.
And when the MC is asking people who won the clash, and people are saying, all right, Splendid won the clash, and the MC is just going, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, which is
big up. Yeah, big up yourself, and that's it.
No, that was vibes totally.
And it was, and we remember even after the clash, we were taking speakers down from the club to the track and everything. We ended up, I don't know, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning outside the club, drinking some rum and vodka after taking the speakers down.
Yeah,
believe me, if you have ever a chance to go to Sweden and clash or juggle with Stereo Steppers, go and do it, because it's really, really nice, and it's culture-wise, it's well done.
No, and actually, I was super happy about the lineup, because Stereo Steppers is one of the sounds I've always been a fan of. They've always chose rhythms that are really, I mean, they actually produced some of their rhythms. They chose rhythms that were totally not obvious, like nobody does that, and that's one of the sounds you enjoy as a nerd. It's maybe not really appealing to the wide masses, but if you're a Sound Clash nerd, these guys know what they're doing. So I've always been admiring them and always feeling that they're not getting enough exposure. So when we get an offer to clash them, I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do, So that was a very nice event. Good memories,
And then, well, COVID hit, and for 2 years, nothing, until recently, Splendid versus Mango Tree.
Yeah, that was good to be back,
Yeah.
For real. The break was like 3 years, and We were the defending champions after killing Sensi Movement in 2018. Yeah, what can I say? You know, it's so fresh, such a fresh memory. The whole festival is a great event. I don't know if you know this one, but it's like the best dancehall festival. They focus on like modern Jamaican music and dancehall a lot. That's why the clash happens there. So like the whole vibe, everybody that came to the clash, they knew what they were what to expect. They were not really clash fans; they were dancehall fans. So we played a little different, but the energy was super hype. Like we ended the clash with the Bunji Garli Dubplate, you know. It just leveled the place, you know, the crazy forward. And well, yeah,
and of course you get some dub heads in the place, but at the same time you got dancer queens dancing. I mean, near the stage or by the stage. Or
yo, we were playing Dubplates and the girl them were whining, you know, under the stage, you know.
On clash, so that's what I wanted to say before. You know that when you play a festival clash, it's a different thing. You can do something. You can do some more like you don't play whining tunes, but you can play more festival music, let's say. And Mango Tree didn't get it.
Yeah.
They I think they thought that this is like proper clash, that you listen to audio after and you think about it and you have to play proper dub plates.
No, I mean they had some moments, but
that was too serious for a festival. And sometimes you need to tell a joke on the clash. Sometimes you need to do something stupid on the clash. And that time is a festival clash, and they thought that this is a serious New York style, and it wasn't. So
yeah.
No, but it was good to be back. You know, really, it was
So
nice vibe. So yeah.
So speaking about all the clashes you had, do you prefer 1 versus 1 or microwave clashes, or it don't matter to you?
For me,
yeah,
I would say I like the microwave clashes because you can squeeze a lot in one round, and it happens fast, and then at the end you end up in Dubs DUBS, so it's kind of the same. But for me, it's if it's faster, if it's squeezed, the round are squeezed, and you have to squeeze tunes in one round. You have to play fast, talk fast. You don't have time to moderate your round. I like this vibe. It happens fast. People don't go. It changes. You can keep the crowd in other place because there's something new. Every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, something happens, something change. And if you play bad, you just go out and you join the clash because you got still 4 or 5 sounds left. So if you get eliminated, but for him,
no, but I mean, it's I mean, the older I get, the more I appreciate the 1 versus 1 clashes. But it also goes down to us right now having dub books that we feel comfortable with for a longer clash, because it also goes like, I'm not gonna say numbers, but the amount of dubplates we have, like in numbers, is probably nothing or like similar to beginning sounds from Western Europe. Not saying even US. You know, when I was talking to when I was in New York back earlier this year, I met some of the soundmen from sounds that you don't really know when you leave here. You know, there's a sound Tech 9 from Bronx. It's not Tech 9 that Fada Tech runs. It's a different Tech 9 from Bronx, and we started talking about the amount of dubplates. So imagine you never probably heard a clash with them, because I never heard a clash. If they ever clashed, they had double the dubplates that we have. So it's still not a big number, but right now for clash, we feel comfortable. We can do a 1-for-1 and like 20-minute rounds and stuff like that. So for me, it's better because you can build the vibe when you have longer rounds.
Yeah.
But when you have shorter rounds, that's what Coach says. It's like a different sport, you know. It's like, you know, playing. It's like running a sprint and marathon. So right now, I like to do both, and not too many people can do both. And we actually have success both in one-on-ones and microwave clashes, so we can always adjust. And both clashes for the massive have different appeal. Like for random crowd, microwave clashes are gonna have better appeal than one-on-one. But for the sound clash nerds, it's one-on-one, right? So I love to play for all the crowds. Like I can play a juggling dance for the dancers. Next night, I can play in the market square for the old people, dancing in pairs to ska music. And the next night, I can play a clash for the nerds. And the next night, I can clash a microwave. No matter what, you gotta deliver to the masses.
Yeah,
So
true. Is there currently any particular sound you would want to clash, or any sound with unfinished business?
No, not really. I think.
No, I don't think so.
No, we don't have enemies. I mean, in the sound clash world, we
No, but not even like in a sports way. It's maybe D-Bus. D-Bus would be the sound. I would say like we kind of have an unfinished business with them because with Northern Lights, at least we lost the Dub Up in the first Euro Rumble, but the next Euro Rumble we just kicked them away before the Dub Up. So okay, it's not exactly the same feeling, but we kind of feel we proved ourselves. But with D-Bus, it was so close, and I respect D-Bus a lot. Seb is a great MC, is a sound with a big dab box, but that would be a nice clash for me. I would love to clash some of the sounds in New York as well.
You can clash Infinity again. Not in UK.
Not in UK, no, man. So no, I mean, apart from that, I wouldn't say that there's any unfinished business, and I'm looking forward to some challenges with some bigger sounds. I would love to clash some sounds with bigger names and some sounds with bigger dub box.
Because you missed one because it was online. He clashed. You clashed
Tech Nine.
solo. He clashed actually Tech 9, like the Tech 9.
Yeah, but that was Serato live clash something.
Yes.
But yeah, we got smashed. I mean, so I don't think I was playing that bad, but yeah, no chance at all.
So what's your favorite dub plate?
Sound played with clashed with Tech 9. Yeah.
What is that?
What's your favorite dub plate in the Splendid box, and is there a story behind it?
Nah, that would be the vodka dub plate.
Okay.
But we also, we have. That's conscious. I mean, because it's got this we have this many memories of playing this dubplate in different parties in different parts.
Not only clash,
of Europe,
also jugglings.
But what I mentioned before, we have this Derek Harriott loser, which is such a nice and beautifully sung dubplate that I love personally, because we used it to counteract another sound, but at the same time it's really nice music, just like that.
And it's a birthday gift for me.
but I like this. I like this dubplate.
Yeah, I have Derek Harriott singing me "Happy Birthday" on dubplate.
Wicked.
You can't test it, for real. So yeah, it's but I mean that's why I said conscience, because it's the song that we're associated with, and it's funny because we could make something that's a stereotype of Polish people into our strength and into a joke, and shows like we have this, we don't take it too serious, and nobody should, because dubplate thing is for fun, it's for entertainment, and so that's why I said this one. I got a lot of dubplates that we've written or we've just voiced and never expected to be that good. So I wouldn't say that I have one favorite dubplate. And if I said me personally, just by music wise or like the lyrics, I would have chosen a different one. But with the whole context, I would say conscience, because for the people, that's what we associate with.
As a sound has been in the business for such a long time, what advice would you give to younger sounds?
Are there any younger sounds, bro?
But actually, that was a question on Reagan University on Rototom in Benicassim, and they asked Mattia the same question actually, and I kind of agree with what he said. He said like, don't take it too serious, and if you think about it, the reason young sounds are not clashing is because some sounds are too far ahead, and you have no chance with like a little dub box that you have clashing with other sounds in let's say Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Italy, UK, whatever. So, and because soundmen are taking this thing so serious, and they don't make like 45 clashes, like dances with part of like a clash part, or just like friendly clashes with each other. The young sounds, they will not go into the business because the entry level, the price you got to pay at the beginning is so high that there's no way you could. I mean, we were thinking we could never clash D-Bass, or we could never clash I don't know, Warrior or whatever, because we are just a little sound from Poland, and we finally got the chance. But the way is so long. It's so hard to get to this place that if you think at the beginning about it, that it will take you so many years and you will spend so much money, you just give up. But if you have a party that you can go and clash with different sound, like only 45, let's say, or like 15 minutes dub plates, or like 10 minutes dub plates, then maybe it's useful. Maybe sounds will just stay. It's not about clashing more and more and more. Just staying, it's enough right now in Europe. That's what I think. I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. For now, when it comes to clash, it's difficult to give an advice because the entry level right now, with the money that's in the business, is very difficult, especially in Europe.
But we can clash with anybody in
yeah,
Poland.
that's
if you want to clash, we can clash on 45s. We can clash on vinyl only. We can clash on CDs only, or fucking cassettes or whatever. But if someone has to come and ask, I mean, sometimes someone has to promote the clash with younger sounds, with new sounds, with people that want to build sound, whatever. And it should be like this all around Europe.
Yeah, but most of the sounds, they always feel they're not prepared because they have a feeling they have to invest more and more and more. And I mean, so the advice we would have give,
skip the investing part. You know,
I mean, just clash with what you get. So that would be the first thing. The second thing I would give the advice is like build your own identity, because that was for us the ticket to go outside of our area, of our zone. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the way to voice all the barriers that all the sounds had voiced before you, you know, all the, you know, buju, or all the, you know, built more rhythms. No, that's not the way. You just got to build something that stands out. And I'm not saying about the quality. Quality is is not an objective thing, you know, it's a subjective thing. But I mean, to attract people and to make them enjoy what you're doing, you cannot really microwave what other bigger sounds had done before you, because we will never ever voice as many dub plates, as big dub plates as King Addies had, or LP, or even in Europe Supersonic or Sentinel. Will never, I mean, I'm saying all the soundmen our age and lower, I mean, it's impossible unless your father or mother is a billionaire, because there's not much music in the business right now. Back in the 2000 something, you know, when you had Rhythm Clash, you had 5,000 people in Rhythm Clash. So it's different type of money, different type of, you know, appeal. So you cannot really try to meet the levels, the sounds set before you. You gotta go, you gotta go different way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be the advice.
And final question, guys. What are the future goals of Splendid?
We like to clash. So, yeah. Anybody?
Nah, I mean, it's hard to set clashes in the nowadays business because it's, I mean, we still want to move forward, and locally and internationally, because you got to dance a yard to dance abroad. You know what I'm saying? So still, our main point of interest is Poland, I would say. We got to build back the vibe, you know, and like we have some following, we have some big events, some festivals, some smaller events, and we're not afraid to play for like a couple dozen people, as much as we're not afraid to play for a couple thousand people, if you know what I'm saying. So that would be one of the parts. Build back the vibe in Poland and try to regain, you know, the popularity of the music. And this is the thing that we really unhappy about, that there's no more sounds, because it's only the competition and like different vibes that can bring more people to the dance. If you only have Splendid, okay, the people that come, they're going to enjoy themselves. But how, I mean, we are 30 something, almost 40 people years old. How can we attract 20-year-olds, you know, to come to the dance? I mean, I have gray hair, you know, I'm like, I can be father of some of the people that come to the dance. I'm like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
So you know, you need younger generation to build it back, and I would love to make this happen like somehow, but I don't see a way right now. Well, when it comes to sound clash, obviously, as I said, I want to clash some bigger sounds. I'm not saying sounds like LP, King Addis, you know, this level. We're not ready yet, probably. But I would love to cross the pond, and I would love to go outside of Europe, because we've clashed in so many countries in Europe that we need something more, something new. So I would love to go to either to the Caribbean or to New York or anywhere in the States,
Or other way.
or to Japan. But well, Japan is still closed because of pandemic, so that won't happen for a long time. But just to, you know, get a new experience, new massive, to show our skills up, to be fresh again. And well, yeah, I was trying to set something up when I was in New York, and I got some links, but nothing materialized yet. So still working on it. You know, that would be the most specific future goal for Splendid when it comes to my idea, right? But I mean, we have a lot of different projects in the meantime that don't really have anything to do with Sound Clash. You know, we have some, you know, some projects for the dancers, some projects for, you know, for the local scene, some stuff like that. You know.
And like Sunya said, you'll have a physical sound to string up as well.
Yeah, man, that's another project. That's right.
That's
you know?
wicked. That's wicked. Yeah, man, for real, for real, for real.
We just wish we will have a scene and people to play it for, you know.
It's a very important point. It's a very important time. So a lot of great points have been discussed in the show, and I'm honest, I think we could easily make a part few of the show. Like, because we just scratched the surface. We're just scratching the surface.
But we can talk about Sound Clash in general.
Because it's a very interesting point that you mentioned, for example, with the entry level, like the entry level for a young sound nowadays, is tremendous. If you just look at the aspect, if you look at the aspect, like there are so many artists that we all love. I'm talking about Sugar Minot. I'm talking about John Holt. I'm talking about Gregory Isaacs, and you know, this is just the surface. So, but keep on doing what you're doing, because I can tell you that you're doing a really good job, and you're an entertaining sound, and that is one thing that I think a lot of people forgot in the last couple of years. Because imagine the vibes you were talking about from your first clashes. I mean, just look at the flyer itself; it's madness. It's like a total different thing. Nowadays, that is my impression. The sounds are saying, okay, I don't have 8 tunes on this rhythms. I don't have 15 tunes on this rhythm. I'm not ready yet. How can I do that? And so to see a sound like Splendid just going out there, don't giving a fuck, and entertaining the people, that is at the end of the day what matters the most. You are not there to impress any 30, 40, 50-year-old soundman that has heard everything in his life, but you're there to entertain the people. And from what I heard from the people who were at your last clash, they said this is what separated Splendid by a mile. They were entertaining, and they were able to interact with the crowd. And this is one thing where I personally have to say respect to Splendid Sound. You're a very entertaining crowd, and that is one of the points that is most important.
But that's the thing, we juggle a lot, so we know how to interact with the people.
And that's what I wanted to say, that you can entertain people without playing Dubplate. If you juggle a lot, you play a lot, you do your thing locally, and then you go to different towns locally, and then you go somewhere further and further and further. You play a lot. You learn how to entertain people. Which tunes are good, which tunes are bad,
and I mean the way of interacting as an MC. That's the thing, you know. We really play at different types of events, and that's the experience that's invaluable. You know, it's the way to handle a crowd. It's a good saying, you know, to handle a crowd.
And you don't need Dubplate to do that. So the entry level for you is 0. I mean, the controller costs. I mean, what we were saying before, that it's easy to get into the being a DJ. Let's say, having a sound. It's easy to do this. It's hard to go into to classes right now, but still, you can be a DJ. You can learn how to juggle, how to entertain people, and everything. And you don't need Dubplates to that. And if someone gives you an opportunity to clash without Dubplates, go and clash. And
you hear that, people? You hear that?
Yeah,
exactly. Experience teach you wisdom. That's how it goes. Exactly.
It's not about being a DJ and having a funny hat and having our custom white shoes and whatever. It's not like you're gonna do something. I mean, it's not about being a DJ thing. It's about playing music. And
exactly.
If you play music, you learn how to play music, and then you learn more and more and more, and at the end you entertain people, and it gives you fun, and then you can clash, and it all goes, you know.
Yeah, a lot of sounds need to know the importance of that juggling dance.
Exactly.
Very important.
And a lot of sounds need to listen what you just said, because this is one of the key elements. Entertain the people in front of you. Entertain them. That is the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, you're presenting reggae music, you're presenting dancehall music. Don't just take out of it. Just give something back. Make the people then full joy the music. So,
Real.
As we said, Splendid. Big up yourself.
Yo, big up yourself. It was a pleasure, you know.
It was a pleasure.
Good vibes, you know.
Yeah,
Good
for real. So people, I think this is it. Episode 6 of Dubs PON DUBS is done. Thank you for watching the episode tonight. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our Facebook. We keep you updated with everything. You see our next guests. And yeah, man, Splendid. As we said, it was a pleasure having you. All the best.
Great show.
The good works that you're doing.
Yeah.
And rise to the top. The sky's the limit.
We're on our way.
Every time, and thanks for the support.
Bless up.
Man, it's good to Shepherd. Bless up, guys.
This is it. As we said, subscribe, turn on, and see you on the next episode of Dubs PON DUBS. Bless up.
Bless.